And everybody, it is game day, uncensored here on 560 WQAM. Welcome on in. Brendan Tobin here with you alongside Omar Kelly, Alejandro Solana, being produced by Trevor Harris today as we have Week 11 action. Miami Dolphins back at the friendly confines of Hard Rock Stadium where they dominate, welcoming in a Las Vegas Raiders team that is riding high right now with their coaching switch. They got rid of Josh McDaniels, who everybody seems to hate his guts, brought in Antonio Pierce. They're feeling very inspired right now. They got their own cool coach. They think they got the coolest coach in the league right now. Well, they haven't met McCoachin. All right, dude? So this is going to be very, very exciting. We got a lot to dive into as the Miami Dolphins have been off since the Germany game where they fell short against the Kansas City Chiefs. And so tonight should be, this afternoon should be an interesting one. Omar, this matchup against Las Vegas, not a bad team, not a good team. So I don't know if this changes either narrative for the Miami Dolphins, but they do have to take care of business because they're sitting pretty right now with a lot of teams in the AFC struggling.
Would I say that this is the best team that the Dolphins have faced at home right now, considering they're 5-5? And, you know, the narrative about the Miami Dolphins is they haven't beat a good team.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's some validity to what people are criticizing them for. But again, and I have consistently said that throughout the season, anybody could get you on Sunday. Just look at what the Buffalo Bills have gone through. They got beaten by the Denver Broncos.
Bums.
And this is an opponent that does scare me just because they have the best wide receiver running back combo in the NFL.
They have a lot of elite players,
yes,
not necessarily an elite team.
Mm-hmm. No, not necessarily an elite team, not even a deep team, but this is one that does concern me. But I do think that there's a reason why Vegas keeps raising that line.
Oh my God.
Just continues to grow. And as I've said every single week since we've started this season, the Dolphins are a ridiculous team at home versus on the road because of those cheat motions that they get to do.
Gentlemen, I hope the Raiders left their damn cigars at home because they're not going to be lighting up any cigars today. I get it. They have a great wide receiver duo and running back duo. The Dolphins had a week off to prepare for the Las Vegas Raiders. Who have won 2 straight because they played the 2 teams from New York that can't score points, that might be the 2 worst teams in football.
Oh, bro, come on. Arizona would like to have an argument with you.
50 burger tonight or today, Tobin. 50 burger.
I would love it, man. Like, look, this has been they have their time off, and the Kansas City loss probably had to leave them with a lot of thinking because, you know, you play that team pretty even the entire way, and you're just, you know, thinking to yourself, man, the way it ended just felt so sour because it could have been right there for you to either tie it. You're thinking about this whole narrative that everybody puts on you. Are you guys for real or for not? I do think they are, but this is almost an interesting test in its own right because the Miami Dolphins are in a position right now that I can't remember in recent memory where it's like, hey, everything is right there for you. You have your division down. You have a lot of conference teams that are losing their quarterbacks. You have it all right there for you.
The moons and stars are aligning.
It's all aligning. Omar, just don't blow it. That's it.
Don't fall for the trap.
They feel like they have this set up for them. They feel like they should be sitting so pretty. Don't blow this. All you got to do is do what you've been doing. Take care of business when you're supposed to take care of business. If Vegas says you're a 2-touchdown favorite, I don't care if you win by 2 touchdowns. I'm not going to put money on that today. But if you just go win and keep racking up wins, you're going to be in a good spot.
This is a critical stretch for them because they really have to go at least 3-1, if not 4-0. And I definitely think 4-0 is possible. But I think that Jets game is going to be a little bit dangerous because their strengths play into your weaknesses. You know how that is. But then obviously the Jets are going to have to score points. But hey, don't act like Zach Wilson didn't put up a 400-yarder on you.
Well,
did he or did he not?
Passes the pass, dude.
I love how you justify that. Pass the pass.
Well, not on Vic Fangio's defense. I mean,
Fangs. Listen, Fangs is so popping for business right now, dude. It really is. It really is. He's got all his toys,
and it's a twofer because they were off last week, so it's a 2-for-1 this week.
The old man has a lot to prepare for. Yeah. He's like, oh, Devontae Adams, that's cute.
he doesn't go on vacation for bye week, right? Like he just sits at home on his
Maybe
desk,
some,
got his rocking chair.
I imagine him at Century Village, like on one of those little rivers. He's probably fishing for the bass that they throw in there to make the old feel good about themselves. No, I don't imagine.
Is it a catch and release situation?
Yeah. Of course, you got to keep it. You got to keep the cycle going. But I don't imagine him. Maybe a little bit of a pit stop there. Maybe he hits a Cracker Barrel or something like that
for sure.
But no, I imagine he's just been. Fangs is going to do what Fangs do, which is scheme. That's what he spends his vacation doing.
I feel like Fangio eats pancakes at Cracker Barrel with no syrup. He just likes
Hold on, wait a minute. What is wrong with people who eat
syrup.
pancakes without syrup?
Wait, I mean, just plain pancakes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't like syrup.
Wow. Yeesh.
You go plain pancakes, Omar?
I am a plain pancakes guy.
Crazy
oh my
talk,
God!
Omar. I don't know what you're saying.
Syrup
right
is
now.
way too sweet.
What?
I'm sorry.
That's the whole point of it. Why
Syrup
would you?
is too sweet.
I'm sorry. I didn't want candy for breakfast.
Pancakes and waffles are only a mechanism to deliver syrup.
No,
Agreed.
exactly. No, because you don't value the essence of the pancakes or the waffles.
Sometimes what I do is I take a stack of pancakes. I'll cut a hole Looney Tunes style.
Oh my God!
In the middle of the pancakes, put a pool of syrup so it can soak through, and then then we go to town on the pancakes.
Yeah.
But I do agree, Vic Fangio and apparently Omar Kelly do not like syrup.
That is crazy to me.
Too much sugar. It's just ridiculous.
Crazy. What?
I didn't want sugar for breakfast.
Tobin, when's the last time? Seriously, Omar, I've been covering this team so long. When's the last time the Dolphins had a winning record at week 11? I don't know when the last time that is, but they were 6-3 or they had a winning record, and you felt comfortable that they weren't going to blow it.
I don't know if my comfort level is very high because if we recall, the Dolphins squandered their season at this point last year.
Right. I mean that, but I don't feel that.
But
way.
I think they learned from that.
Last year, I didn't feel too good about it. The two injuries,
You
whatever.
didn't?
This year, I don't feel any way scared about the Dolphins not being the division winner and at least not winning 3 of the next 4. At least.
See,
I feel positive that this isn't,
you're not being catfished.
15 years ago, 10 years ago. This isn't Adam
You're
Gase.
not waiting for that That's So Dolphins moment.
Getting
Exactly.
catfinned.
Oh, that's good. Did you
That's
use that one?
No, I did. But that's all you.
Okay.
Listen,
No. You came up with it. It's yours.
I don't care, buddy. Listen, we're a team right here, so
Hey,
you use
listen.
it whatever you need. We're not going to get catfinned here.
Man.
But
You've been catfinned for a decade now.
And to be honest with you, no, I was comfortable last year. The only difference I would say to this that is beneficial is last year, as cocky as ever, going into this West Coast trip. They're going to stay out west. It's going to be great.
Team bonding,
disaster. Now they're home. We know they're good at home. That's that's a big difference here. We know they're good at home. We know this.
I mean, 2 of these are not at home though.
Listen, they'll be all right. I'm not scared of Zach Wilson. I don't care what he's doing because you don't want to know something. That entire Jets team's distracted by the Aaron Rodgers doing his hippie little workouts and before the game, and he's like, I swear my
if
Achilles
they're
is
in
good.
it, I'm coming back for December.
Yeah.
I dare him. Oh my God. Please come back. Please come back for meaningless football on a bum Achilles.
Hey, man.
Please.
He might do it too.
Of course he is. He just wants to show off.
Yes, he's such an attention whore.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah,
he really is, dude. He really is. So
he's like mad they didn't get Jets Hard Knocks in season.
I agree. And I cannot wait for Hard Knocks. I've got my popcorn ready for next Tuesday. I cannot wait to sit in front of my television and watch this.
Next Tuesday.
But I mean, obviously, a win would make that a lot more entertaining.
I am so way too comfortable in this situation, and I don't know why I'm so comfortable. We just say things as the media. We haven't stopped talking our and I'm just like, I haven't signed any waivers, so you can't use anything from me.
What is there? But are there facility rules? Are you sure you haven't signed some?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They'll get you with that. I remember that happening to me with the Jake Paul Floyd Mayweather thing, or the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather thing. They got, yeah, you're welcome in, but you're basically signing all of your stuff over to Logan Paul.
Everything.
They trick you.
I remember the first one they used a question from. I asked Joe Philbin, why does your team suck? And they used that. I never signed a waiver. But that was a press conference question. I'm more worried about the stuff that I say not in the press conference.
It sneaks through. I mean, listen, I would love to hear you on the next trailer. Like the last trailer was hogged by Joe Rose.
Yeah.
So I'd like to hear a little Omar Kelly in the next Hard Knocks.
A lot of the big head on that trailer. No Cephalo, but a lot of the big head.
A lot of Joe Rose. It's like basically he is Liev Schreiber. Like he's taking over for him. They're going in season. It's just Joe Rose is the narrator. All right, we'll take a quick break here on Game Day Uncensored. Lots to dive into. We got the return of Devon Achane. We got Tua with cornrows. We got it all happening for us, baby. Here on Game Day Uncensored, we're getting you ready for Week 11 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel Miami 560 WQM. You guys can get in on the chat. And, of course, always streaming live on the Odyssey app. Back after this.
Game Day Uncensored on AM 560 Sports. WQAM is sponsored by
South Florida Lexus Dealers. Experience amazing by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. Ed Morse Sawgrass Buick GMC is a proud partner of the Miami Dolphins.
560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, JM Lexus, and Williamson Automotive.
Welcome back into Game Day Uncensored here, 560 WQAM. Get y'all set for Week 11. Miami Dolphins, Las Vegas Raiders from Hard Rock Stadium. 1 o'clock kickoff. Oh, can't wait to sit down today and hear the beautiful pipes of Kevin Harland.
Yes.
Oh, Kevin Harland. Omar, you're at the – I don't know. Have you heard the Kevin Harland experience yet?
No, I have
You
no
know
idea
Dolphin fans are raving about this, yes?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
no clue.
dude.
Literally none.
Look, if somehow Stephen Ross could negotiate with CBS
Stephen Ross can do whatever he wants.
If he wanted to, if he could somehow get Kevin Harland to call every Dolphins game, whatever network it was, he would do it. Because this man, when he calls Dolphin games, stuff just goes off. Like, he called the Baltimore comeback, he called San Diego, he called the 70 burger. Every time Kevin Harland's on the call, and it does always seem to, usually coincide with the home game, except for the first week of the season. Every time he does, he just electrifies Dolphin fans. And when he goes, he's got Hill, everybody just gets the goosies. They all get juiced up because Kevin Harland, he just something about the way he calls this offense.
I've heard this before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand it because you got to understand I don't necessarily listen to the TV broadcast version.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
I'm telling you.
But hey, if it gets you goosies, cool.
I'm telling you, dude, there's something about it. Like, listen, he's always been great, and I don't know what it is with Kevin Harland because I think he called Jimmy's game too, didn't he? Didn't he call the 56 game?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's something about him, man. He's got some like Miami magic that he's got going. I don't understand why he's not like a higher ranked broadcaster.
He does a lot of the Monday Night Football, but on the radio, he also bounces back and forth between football. Then he's on a couple NBA games during the week. He's unbelievable. How many times today we're going to hear, he's got Hill?
Every time he does.
Oh,
like, he's going to, like, there's going to be a Tua bomb to Tyreek. It just is Kevin Harland magic.
He is the best broadcaster in the biz, in my opinion.
I think so, too.
The best broadcaster, not just because he happens to help the Miami Dolphins every time he's on their call, but in general, I think he's the best broadcaster. He brings the proper attitude, momentum. Like, he
doesn't kiss anybody's ass either.
Right. He's not Tony Romo, who's going to talk about, I almost cursed there. This Josh Allen 18 times in a broadcast when Josh Allen's not even playing in the damn game. Like, he gives each team the attention that they deserve, but he's just so damn good.
Yeah.
So damn good.
I miss him too because I feel like we've had some stinkers lately.
Spiro Ditas
and Rich Eisen.
I
didn't like Rich
you guys
Eisen
are
either.
So into this broadcasting stuff.
Dude,
I couldn't tell you who was.
What? Man, you gotta figure out. I can tell you the broadcasters right now who stink, who are homers.
Yeah.
This Rich Eisen 2 weeks ago with the Mahomes out of bounds play. Oh my God, he was belly aching about that all game. I was like, geez, why don't you just put on some red and yellow? We see Rich Eisen. He tries. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
He tries to pretend like he's this Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
He tries. Oh, I love Mike McDaniel. I love spicy Tua. And then meanwhile, he was basically doing the Chiefs chant the entire game.
Wow.
I'm telling you, dude, it's a thing. But Kevin Harland, that's a pro's pro.
Yeah.
A pro's pro. The best. Anyway, let's get to our keys to the game, which are, of course, brought to us by Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet, which is your lease return headquarters. Click EdmoreSawgrassChevrolet.com and see how you're backed by Morse when it comes to returning your lease. Edmore is a proud partner of the Miami Dolphins, and our key right now, don't sleep on the Raiders. They have won their last 2 games. Yes, it was against the Giants and the Jets, but Antonio Pierce got a little man Campbell to him right now with rallying the troops, having everybody engaged in that locker room right now. And, of course, they got arguably one of the best running backs in the league in Josh Jacobs, one of the best wide receivers in the league in Devontae Adams, one of the best pass rushers in the league in Max Crosby. And so Jerome Baker, he was saying you can't sleep on Vegas. I've been the overlooked team before.
I always say, I always been on the opposite end where they were at, a team that everybody count out and kind of forget about. Those are the toughest teams. They going out there playing with all heart, just trying to prove a point that you can't forget about anybody in this league. So they're getting back to the old Raiders, run the ball, be physical, play good defense, and that's a dangerous team.
I don't disagree with them. I think that it's a team. I think the Dolphins are definitely deeper and better than, but I don't think they're bums.
I definitely think they're deeper and better than them. They're probably more well coached. I am not a fan of Patrick Graham. I think he's a bum.
Wow. Omar.
Oh yeah, that was probably the worst defensive coordinator I've ever covered during my tenure here.
Was he what, first year Flores?
Yes, first year Flores. He was the tank. Remember when Nina Kimes drew up a tank on the screen in that Pittsburgh game?
Yep.
When they absolutely played like this horrendous defense that allowed Pittsburgh to like score points were going into the half, and
could argue he was doing a good job though for that season.
Yeah, technically, but you know.
So he's the one that made
at least Flores wasn't tanking.
Is he the one that made Minka Fitzpatrick want to get the hell out of here? Then basically,
no, that was Brian Flores. But Brian Flores refused to play Minka Fitzpatrick at free safety, the position he wanted to play. I understood his thought process, but Minka was just
okay. But then he goes to Pittsburgh. He has no problem doing whatever the team needs. So, this Minka got a little cute with that stuff because in Miami, I want to play my position. In Pittsburgh, hey, I'll do whatever the hell the team needs.
Still
to
ended
do.
up playing his position though.
Yeah.
Minka didn't want any part of what was going on down here. Trust me.
Have fun with Kenny Pickett. All right, Minka. Have fun. Have fun not making the playoffs every season.
He's counting his contract and his Pro Bowls, and he's like, "I appreciate it. Thank you, Miami, for unloading me, and I hope you enjoyed Austin Jackson." Which is what you basically got in that.
I mean, right now we are enjoying.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can afford him next year, but
yeah. That's another issue.
Another story for another day.
Yeah. We can't talk about the cap apocalypse that's oncoming.
That's an off-season thing, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about that right now.
No. But you're all in right now. You're all in. Which includes some of the moves that they've made. In terms of. They're so resting Robert Hunt right now to make it for the final stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this with Mike McDaniel, and elimination games is what he calls them. And I think it's not just elimination for the playoffs or the AFC East, but it's also about getting home field advantage for probably every round except for the final round.
Conference championship game, right?
Conference championship game. The Chiefs are going to have to stumble. And considering Cincinnati just lost their starting quarterback,
it's tough. Plus, you have to finish ahead of them because they beat you.
Yeah. It's come on. Let's be realistic here. You're probably playing for the number 2 seed, and then everybody has to come through you, which we like, right? Yeah,
definitely.
Because you're a different team when you're at home as opposed to being on the road, and so that gives you a good chance. That gives you a really puncher's chance to beat the Chiefs, and who knows what injuries are going to happen from November till December. But the Dolphins right now, they're the healthiest that they've been in quite a while. Yes, they've got some key injuries out in terms of Robert Hunt. He's going to be sitting it down, and you're going to be riding the Eichenberg Express again, this time at right guard. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. You get Devon Achane back. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been so long. I think I've forgotten the Achane.
The transition from Achane to Achane.
Yeah. We get Devon Achane back. He there's no possibility that he's going to continue to average 12.1 yards per carry.
No.
I'm just going to break it to you.
Why?
I reality.
He's so fast.
I know, but your offensive line took a couple steps down. I know you got Teron Armstead back, but you got 2 backups in there at guard. And one of them's Liam Eichenberg.
Every time he touches the ball, he literally feels like he could just go to the house.
And trust me, he's going to have to touch the ball a lot today because Raheem is like limping around and does not look like himself. And my hope is he'll resemble a quality back. If not, you're probably going to have to lean on Jeff Wilson a lot today. Raheem looked like trash this week.
Really?
Yeah. And
that's surprising after a bye week too.
Yeah. I don't know when he really injured that. He has a knee and an ankle, and you could just see that he didn't have it. And what surprised me is that he normally gets Wednesday off, and he practiced Wednesday, practiced Thursday, practiced Friday, and I'm thinking to myself like, this guy needs rest. Why would you do that? But I don't question Mike McDaniel. If Mike McDaniel felt like a guy was putting himself at risk, he's going to shut him down. So, like it was surprising to see, and I'm sure he's going to be active. But I think this is going to be an Achane feature game, and all those plays and designs and schemes that Mike McDaniel has been cooking up for a month, waiting for this kid to come back. Well, here you go.
So what I think I'm hearing here is that Salvon Ahmed is going to have limp knees by the end of the game, but not because he's playing so much.
He's got broken ribs too, which is weird.
Sitting on the sideline like this.
No.
Yeah.
Savon, I feel so bad because we're friends inside the locker room and we didn't talk this week. And
awkward.
It became awkward mainly because I basically said on Twitter, "Stop playing him." Like, I like the dude personally, and I didn't want to go talk to him about the Drake album, but like, can we stop playing him, please?
I feel bad for him because we remember we talked about it, right? Like, he earned his spot.
Yeah,
he really earned his spot
really
on the
earned
team,
it.
and you feel right now like the Dolphins can just plug and play. Whoever is filling that role for Achane, you feel should be able to have.
I don't even want to compare him to Achane. Don't even compare him to Achane.
Not the same numbers, but he'd be able to contribute in similar ways. And every time they go to Salvon Ahmed, it's like, what are we doing?
2.9 yards per carry.
What are we doing with Salvon Ahmed?
2.9 yards per carry on this team with this offense, which is averaging 5.9 yards per carry.
It's what it is, though. Like, the guy's been, he's usually been like that fringe guy anyway. Like, it was on a team that didn't have.
But we thought this year he was going to do more. He was going to be more.
Yeah.
Listen,
and that was clearly
if we based everything on preseason, Skylar Thompson would have been Joe Montana.
He still might be Joe Montana.
No, he's not Joe Montana, dude. He's not Joe Montana.
All right, he's not Joe Montana.
The guy he backs up for after a couple spots is Tua. Tua says Raiders tough challenge and Max Crosby monster.
The thing they do really well is they play together. Obviously, if you look at the past two games that they've played in, defensively, they look really good. 98. Max Crosby all over the field. If you look at his film, no straggling from that guy. You can see why he's talked about the way he's talked about. Got a lot of respect for him. I think that's someone that we're going to need to keep our eye on. And they got good guys in the defensive ends or in the backfield. It's not to sleep on. It's not a team to sleep on. And, we got to be ready for whatever they have to throw at us.
It's a no snooze Sunday. Can't do it. Max Crosby, 9.5 sacks so far this year? Guy's been a beast.
Yeah. Yeah. But, Tobin, going back to your key to the game, which is don't sleep on this team.
Mm-hmm.
I know they have awesome playmakers. Max Crosby's obviously a beast. But look at the quarterbacks Tua's lost to this season. It was Josh Allen, it's Jalen Hurts, and it's Patrick Mahomes. Like, three elite quarterbacks. Josh Allen right now, whatever. But
got Ken Dorsey whacked.
Aiden O'Connell.
Oh man,
so mad at Josh Allen.
Hopefully Ken Dorsey can come back here and save the Hurricanes. Jesus Christ,
that'd be amazing.
Got him whacked after the worst special teams debacle I've ever seen in my entire life. By the way,
I think it's relationship situation.
Yeah.
I think right now they got to keep Stephon Diggs happy, and Stephon Diggs is.
But they're a team that doesn't play together. Tua is like, oh, that team plays together. It sounds like a cliche, but it's like, oh, the Bills don't play together. They really seem to hate each other.
It's a weirdest thing, because since Stephon Diggs got there, like, he has the most receptions out of any wide receiver in the NFL. Like, he's getting targets. He's just mad because he wants every single target, and their team's just not good right now. I don't see why.
Gabe Davis seems to mess up every single week. I kind of get his argument.
I don't watch them closely enough and I actually know all of the players involved except for Josh Allen, and there's no winning there. There's no pleasing Stephon Diggs. There will be no pleasing Stephon Diggs. I wouldn't be shocked if he forces his way out of there.
It sounds like it, especially with his brother tweeting. I didn't say it. I can't. I'm like, all right, dude, sure.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure those aren't direct texts.
Yeah.
That have come from your brother.
Love to see the Diggs family group chat and see what's going on there.
Yeah, that's hot right there.
Can Aiden O'Connell outduel? Because in order for them to win, like, we talk about Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs, fine, but you have your two best cornerbacks finally healthy.
Mm-hmm.
This defense seems to be turning a corner. This Raiders team, they're going to need productive play from Aiden O'Connell in order to win this game. In other words, he has to play a better game than Tua Tagovailoa. I don't see that happening here. I don't see that happening with the Dolphins on a bye week, getting to prepare 2 weeks for this game. Aiden O'Connell.
Hold on, pause. Take a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't prepare. They rested. And then they started preparing Wednesday. Let's
except for Fangs.
They self-scouted. rested, vacationed. Wednesday they prepared.
I don't know, man. Mike McDaniel had 2 weeks off or a week off. I feel like he prepared for this game for 2 weeks.
No.
I don't see how there's a situation Aiden O'Connell comes to South Florida and he's the better quarterback today. And I think that's their only chance at winning this football game other than, some sort of colossal collapse from the Dolphins offense.
I think their best chance of winning this football game is Jacobs going off and just absolutely destroying David Long and Jerome Baker.
Because you don't know a ton about Aiden O'Connell, but I feel like Vic Fangio and Tua's talked about this, how you can disguise things. And I think the whole point is you're going to confuse the hell out of this kid. That's what you're going to try and do. And I think that you can, even if he has a good first drive, I think they're going to be able to. We saw that with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes had a great first drive, and then, they buttoned up the rest of the way.
You saw that with Tua.
I have faith that he's going to be able to make this kid's life a nightmare today. I do. But I agree with you. The thing you got to be worried about is
you got to take away
if Josh Jacobs guts you.
Yeah, you got to take away Josh Jacobs.
Right. But if Josh Jacobs comes out, Omar and Tobin, and he guts you in the first quarter, like you adjust to that. You start stacking the box. You force them to beat you with the arm. You take away the only thing that they can't beat you with, which is why I'm not worried about it. Like if Josh Jacobs has 100 yards today, fine. But can they win just with Josh Jacobs having 100 yards? I don't think so, because they have to score a lot of points. That's what the Dolphins are going to do today. We know that.
You hope that. How are you so convicted and confident and certain about this?
Well, I mean, what are we doing here? Hold on a second. The Dolphins at home are one of the best teams in the NFL. They're not playing. The big knock on the team is what? They can't beat elite teams. Fine. They're not playing an elite team today. They're at home. They had a week off. They're as healthy as they've ever been. Like, what? Rust?
No, I don't think it's rust.
A rebuilt offensive line?
Anytime I got anytime old Liam Eichenberg's out there, I'm going to be nervous.
Injured weaponry, wide receiver, running back,
not
tight end.
No,
we got Achane back.
Tight end.
Yeah, Durham Smythe, baby.
He's fine.
Durham Smythe, Durham Smythe is like the player outside of offensive lineman and quarterback who's played the most snaps this season.
Didn't Mike McDaniel say this year that Durham Smythe's tougher than anybody on the team? No one's tougher than Durham.
He's still
Smythe.
limping around.
Doesn't matter.
I don't like
he tells that limp. He tells that limp to go away.
Okay,
that's what Durham said. He's a man's man.
All right. Okay.
He's a man's man.
So no concern whatsoever. No,
I don't have him for any time touchdown today, bet at all. But he's a man's man. Durham Smythe's going to power through, and he's going to get me that touchdown.
I told you I don't like your bet. But listen,
I wanted to bet on Craycraft, but I didn't see it. It wasn't listed on the
that one I would have felt.
I love Craycraft anytime touchdown. Let's go
in the red zone.
At home for him. Yeah.
Dude.
I was like, why is Craycraft not here?
I'm not sure.
Is he active yet, or is he still on the men back?
He's active. I'm not sure that Braxton Berrios is going to be playing.
Really?
Yeah, Braxton has.
Maybe I'll have to peep back in on the app before kickoff.
Braxton has a hamstring and a knee. When you get those knees, they move on to other things. So that's a little concerning. He's been very limited in practice. I think he's probably just doing special teams work. So I expect River Craycraft to get a lot of action. So if you like that, go get you some Craycraft.
I tried, dude. Listen, I went. It was the first guy I looked for. He's not on the players listed. I was upset. Fix it, Hard Rock app.
The hell, man.
Take a quick break here on Game Day Uncensored. Back after this.
Listen to WQAM for Cat Talk.
Cadillac, JM Lexus, and Williamson Automotive.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Game Day Uncensored here, 560 WQAM, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel, Miami 560 WQAM. You guys can get in on the chat there. Any good social media yet, Omar? We got any good arrivals at the stadium yet from the players? No. Tua wearing a lava with the cornrows?
No, nothing yet. I am curious if Tua will be wearing the lava. I'm a big fan of the lava. But that seems to be kind of a home thing.
Yeah.
So
I want to see if it makes its return. We didn't see it in Germany. He didn't wear lederhosen either.
He did not. No.
He did not.
Who did? Somebody did, right? Who was that?
Jeff Phillips. What are lederhosens?
No, Jaylen Phillips looked like a Peaky Blinder. He had like a whole
right.
suit and like the little cap on there.
Yeah.
That's what he had going on.
Somebody did wear the lederhosen though. It's like the typical German.
Surprised Mike McDaniel didn't, to be honest.
Deshaun Elliott. I think.
Oh, it was Deshaun Elliott. I think it was. Yeah.
Sneaky funny.
Yeah.
Deshaun Elliott.
Yeah.
He's trying to make a run.
Uh-huh.
Big news today for the Dolphins is the return of Achane, who of course was a sensation. Probably was on his way to Offensive Rookie of the Year before he got hurt. Here in Mike McDaniel this week, they really seem to take the cautious approach. Not surprising with him, with not letting him go on a brace, just let him get all the way healthy, especially with how fast he is, Omar. But with him, did you get any look at him at practice this week? What do you think he's fully all the way back? Should we expect? I know 12 yards a carry may be crazy, but do you feel like he's going to look like his normal self this first game back?
Yes. Good.
Oh,
no hesitation there.
I like that.
Fast.
Oh, so fast.
Let's be fast today, fellas.
Yeah, fast.
He is so fast.
Fast.
He's fast. He's good.
Well rested.
Most exciting rookie since when for the Dolphins? Like I was trying to think about this. Like who is a rookie? Because
I remember Chris Chambers having a really phenomenal rookie season.
This guy is like come out of the gate amazing right now.
Now that's a good question.
It's usually like a cute story, but I was like, whoa, with this guy's first games with the Dolphins, it looked like he was like, this guy might be the worst running back in the league.
Jalen Waddle had 1,000-yard season as a rookie.
That's true.
But he was not phenomenal. He was really
had a lot of catches.
Yeah.
Then we saw the speed and the explosion kind of the next year.
Yeah. Jarvis Landry, they had an okay second half of a rookie season. I'm gonna have to go with Chris Chambers. Dolphin fans, chime in on this. Who's had a more impressive rookie season than Devon Achane?
This hasn't even been a season. It's been like a cameo so far.
Yeah.
That's how impressive his start to his rookie campaign was.
Was Jay a rookie that year that he had
no,
like the
second year player.
Second year?
No.
Second year player.
I can't even think of like breakout rookie seasons in Dolphins history.
Especially offense.
For a
Ronnie
long
Brown.
time.
He's in the chat right now.
No.
Yeah, but I don't think that team was very successful, right? Their rookie season. That was
do
Saban
we
year
have
number
to put
one.
success on it? Do we have
No,
to?
you could just be awesome. Doesn't have to be success.
Yeah, that's true.
He just he happens to be in a really good position for sure.
Yeah. I'm looking up Ronnie Brown.
Ronnie had
907 yards, 4 touchdowns.
That's not nothing.
Yeah. It's not nothing.
That's not nothing.
It's fun.
Does it impress you though?
No.
Not
like Achane.
Achane might break that in 2 weeks.
I saw some TikTok, it was sent to me about fantasy football players, the names that Devon Achane going into week 11 has more fantasy football points than this season, and he's only played 3 weeks of the NFL season.
Pretty much.
And the names are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Some of the top players going into fantasy football, some of the top players around the NFL that have played, and Devon Achane hasn't. He's been out 4 weeks and now 5 because of the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on those 2 weeks, week 2 and week 3, he has more fantasy football points than them still going into today.
He's played 101 offensive snaps, which I didn't even know. I just looked it up. Like, that's ridiculous. 101 offensive snaps.
He didn't even play week 1.
Yeah.
He didn't even play.
Yep.
No, he played in 1 game and he took 1 carry for 5 yards.
No, like his first 2 weeks weren't a thing. Like it was like the next 3 were amazing.
Week 3, week 4.
And it was taken away from us.
Yeah.
It was taken away from us. It was not fair. But he's back now. Here's Raheem Mostert. He says Devon Achane has grown a lot in this offense.
Yeah, I mean, early on he had a couple, slip ups, and we had to get on him, and it's finally paying off for him. I think that you know, he's taking coaching very well. He's listening to the key aspects in you know, both the run and the pass game, and he's executing at a high rate, which is awesome to see.
Surprised that like we talk so much about the trust you got to have in this offense, that a guy in his first year has been able to get the trust of the coach this quickly, Omar.
Yeah, when you average 12.1 yards per carry, I think you get my trust.
It'll help.
Yeah, it'll definitely help. What I love about that running back room is that everybody supports everybody. Everybody bigs up everybody. And it starts with Raheem Mostert as the lead dog, and they mentor Achane, and you know they are all in this together. And right now they've had a very productive rushing attack. I believe they think they're second in the NFL. You know, after the bye, they're kind of coming back to the pack a little bit more now. But with Achane back, hey man, it's off to the races. And I know that they are committed to running the ball.
Yeah, they're second right now, tied with the Browns for rushing yards per game.
Can you imagine this team is tied with the Browns?
Yep.
You know the Browns,
Mm-hmm.
even without Nick Chubb, the Browns for rushing.
Browns are physical as hell. Ravens are number one right now.
Yeah, of course. You're up there with the two most physical teams in the NFL. And what's interesting, and it's funny because I got my podcast partner Alan Poupard, because we have this argument and debate, and I've actually given in on this. As productive as they've been, they're a finesse team. But you have the second most effective rushing attack in the NFL.
You would say that because everything's out wide, right? Like that's usually the way that they're going things. It's usually.
I mean, the 49ers are out wide too, but they're still a physical team. The Dolphins are really they're a finesse team. Now, would they like to shed that label and reputation? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But you know,
I think that's. I mean, like, look, it's a fair thing to say just because we've seen it hasn't traveled.
Yeah,
against the good teams. Like you usually that physicality. You know, you need to bring it anywhere now. I've liked their fight. Like they've had a lot of adversity in these. I'm especially talking about the Eagles and the Chiefs game because they basically got, you know, chin checked early and then they had to come back, which they did.
Yeah.
But I think it's those key moments where you need to, you know, maybe get those tough spots, and you know maybe those aren't necessarily there for you, but you know I think that's part of the grown experience with them. But I get the label of it right now. And look, as the coach has said, you can't really shake the narrative until you prove it, right?
That is without a doubt where they are, and I don't think they're focused on the narrative. I think this team is so locked in on January and February and being good when it matters and when it counts, and when you're playing for home field advantage, and you know, and taking care of business. And I think that's the one thing, because you know what, you followed so many Dolphin season and NFL seasons. Team lose games that they shouldn't lose.
Yep.
When have the Dolphins done that so far? They haven't yet. And let's just hope that continues. Let's hope it's not Washington or I say Oakland, the Raiders, because that's where they really belong, Oakland, or the Raiders.
There's nobody left in Oakland, Omar.
They're all leaving.
Everybody's gone.
I will say Vegas is. I mean, it's a really nice town for sports.
Yeah.
There's so much to do there. They do it right,
except for F1. But yeah,
has that been a disaster there?
Total disaster.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, there's only one king of F1 in America, Stephen Ross.
Yeah, it's Miami Gardens.
Does things for hey. I'm from Carroll City, which is Miami Gardens, so watch yourselves over there.
There's this unbelievable complex of sports in South Florida. Oh, really? Where is it? South Beach? No, really? Downtown Miami? No. Miami Gardens,
watch
Florida.
Yourself.
Actually,
in fairness, like it's the only place everybody would be able to get to. If you put the complex down in South Beach, nobody would get there. It would be a disaster. They try and do like one music festival down there. They're like, listen, we got Ultra down here. World shutdown. Sorry. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
You're blocked off because there's a bunch of people raving and humping trees. That's the way it's going right now. Here is Mike McDaniel on Devon Achane's return.
I do know that he really wants to play. He's shown that. He like I think I said it before. He was the one communicating to me, making sure that I can go on road trips, right? I want to be with the team.
That's adorable.
Guy that's never lived outside of Texas, is a full-fledged Floridian now. And, you know, I think it's hard to say. Like, I'm really I think it's my job to not get ahead and just say it's going to be this and then chase that. That's responsible to the player. I kind of have to let the player tell me, but I see better than I hear. You know what I mean? So we'll go through each day. But, we have been pragmatic. He's, like I said, he's at least Monday, he was untackleable. And, we feel good about where he's headed. And if he's ready to roll for this game, he'll play. If he's not, we have plenty of very capable players playing on the field, and we'll wait another week and see if you can play then. But I feel good about where we're at.
That is a lie.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't know about plenty.
Yeah, that is a lie because you've activated your practice squad running back, which clearly is an indication that you've got issues and problems. As you do it at offensive line, as you do at wide receiver. Robbie Chosen is also activated after being waived and then re-signed. But Achane is in the lineup. And honestly, it's Achane and Jeff Wilson because I'm telling you, Raheem Mostert, he was limping around, baby. I don't know about that.
Well, listen, if you have Raheem Mostert in fantasy, keep an eye out on that.
Yeah,
he's going to play. Like, are you comfortable? He's
yeah, they would have downgraded him if he wasn't going to play. If you got him in fantasy, and I'm not a fantasy person, but I would explore my options.
We'll take a quick break here on Game Day Uncensored. Speaking of options, a man who's, I guess, been an option all over the place is getting a new position coming up in this game. We'll be back with more on Game Day Uncensored after this.
Hey, want to see the ugly mugs that go along with our melodious voices? Do I have to worry about this? We
Ball team, and it's a team that we have to take very seriously and be ready to bring it.
Coach Mike says, yes, the goal is to win today, but the other goal now is to keep playing in January.
The goal is to win the division. You know, that's the only way you ensure that you're, for one, in the playoffs, you have a home game in the playoffs, and you set yourself up for a journey, not a game.
The Dolphins take on the Raiders. And in the words of Al Davis, just win, baby. Time for Game Day Uncensored. Tobin, Solana, Omar. The pregame show for real Miami football fans. On AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Game Day Uncensored is sponsored by South Florida Lexus Dealers. Experience amazing by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day. Pour me in, coach. Ed Morse Sawgrass Buick GMC is a proud partner of the Miami Dolphins. Remember, you're always backed by Morse. By JM Lexus. At JM Lexus, you'll always get the home team advantage.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Game Day Uncensored here, 560 WQAM. Getting you ready for Dolphins and Raiders. Tobin here with you alongside Omar Kelly from alldolphins.com and Alejandro Solana. As right now we are currently in studio. We have NFL Live on right now, and Max Crosby is getting interviewed. He is wearing like a Miami Vice shirt that looks like Clemson threw up on him. Do you think that he just has two X's in his name just because it's cooler? Like there's no way he's always had two X's in his name. Like that's a marketing thing.
I mean, hold on, wait.
Most unnecessary thing ever.
If you're gonna name your child Max, he's got to be a badass. So throw another X on that thing.
He's definitely done that for like a screen name or something like that. Like as a kid, he definitely like his first Instagram handle, because he probably didn't have AIM. He's probably too young for that. But like whatever it was, his first screen name or email or handle definitely had XXX.
Oh, for sure.
Well, pass rusher, that guy's not mature.
That's the thing, though, right?
Max.
Like, if you're gonna have two X's,
That's a boss name.
Throw the other X on there, get real cute with it, and you've got the XXX.
Hey, his real name is probably Maximus, which is, if I had another son, I do have one. If I had another son, that would be the name of my son.
Really?
Maximus. Yeah.
Not Maximilian.
No, Maximus.
Okay.
I'm a gladiator guy, so
right.
we got to put some respect on it. I don't know if I can throw a double X on a Maximus, but if I could, I would.
It says on his Wikipedia, it goes that is Max Robert Crosby, and does have the two X's. So we don't have a McCorkle situation where he tried to make his name cooler like Mac Jones when it's McCorkle.
Yeah, man. His mom was hip to the game. She threw a double
apparently
X on
so.
him.
Apparently so. She knew that he was going to be a menace. But that shirt is awful.
You know what? What I love about being in the locker room is you generally see what trends are coming. These guys got money, so they're a little bit ahead of the trends, including Mike McDaniel, who's killing it with the red bottoms today during the week. He's red bottoming it up. Red bottom sneakers.
The hell's red bottom?
See, you just stay in your lane.
I am staying in my lane. I'm asking for directions in your lane. I'm like, what the hell is that?
It's like the highest level shoe that you can have. Women have red bottoms.
Yeah, I've heard it with women before.
Yes, there are
man red bottoms.
Yes, men red bottoms, and now they're sneakers.
Okay, how about that?
I don't even know. Look up what red bottom sneakers are running, because I don't even know.
I didn't know. I know like Christian Louis Vuitton red bottoms were the heels for women. I didn't know there were men red bottoms as well.
Look them up, sneakers. Yes, they're he's killing the game. He's showing off for me lately.
You think it's just for you?
It's also for his team. It's to impress his team as well.
He wore that to practice, though?
No, he wears it to the press conference and then switches shoes 10 minutes later to wear Yeezys to practice.
Comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, you can't wear your red bottoms to practice and get grass on them.
So it must just be to impress you, because nobody can see his feet at the podium.
I mean, he does know I'm obsessed with his feet, so with his shoe game. So and his shoe game is quite impressive.
Yeah, is there any way that you think for alldolphins.com next year you can get a look into Mike McDaniel's shoe closet?
Ooh, that would be good.
Because I want to see if it looks like PJ Tucker.
But it's not just a shoe closet. It's also the book bags. It's the gear. It's the jacket. But it's my era. Like it's my era of clothing. I think yours too.
Yeah.
It's just fresh.
He's into like luxury.
Yeah.
He is.
Yes.
He
yes.
likes to look good. He
Mhm.
really does. But I don't know if what you said is true about players, not Mike McDaniel, but NFL players, being ahead of trends. I think the NBA is like D Wade, Russell Westbrook. Those guys were wearing chino
You're
pants
right.
Before
you're right. I'm
NFL
just saying
players were
professional
comfortable with it.
athletes in general. But now that the NFL has got this style and walkway,
They've tried to do more NBA.
Yeah, they're incorporating the NBA stuff, and it's allowing players to show their style, and that's what everybody does.
Which
that's
is nice.
what we'll be looking for.
Yeah, which is nice because they're going to get fined for socks on the field, so they might as well give them something. Give them something. Can we get a little bit of personality on the way in? A man who's also got who's full of swagger, Liam Eichenberg.
Come on,
What?
Stop.
He is our player to watch.
He is not full of swagger, all right?
Which
Don't lie on that man.
Brought to you by the South Florida Lexus dealers. Experience amazing. So Liam Eichenberg, as you have dubbed him, the Eichenberg Express takes a new stop, Omar. He's going to be in there for Robert Hunt today. Right guard. Should I be nervous?
Of course. Why would you not be nervous?
Well, I'm not. I am nervous. I'm very nervous. But I feel like the last time we spoke, you feel like I'm too tough on him.
I think I'm too tough on him. But I mean, I will make the argument, and I've said it. Me and Poupard on the All Dolphins podcast, which you can find on YouTube and all streaming sites. We had a fight yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, we have a fight all the time. But we had a fight yesterday because I said that I am concerned about the offensive line, but I'm always concerned about the offensive line. You guys know me.
That's your baby.
It's the trenches are what I love.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, there's no place on your team that you're more vulnerable than in the trenches. Okay, you got Lester Cotton, who was waived by the team that you're about to play.
Ooh.
He got fat and depressed, and really ate his way off the team, worked his way back, and fought and made it back to the NFL with the Dolphins. Now he's starting, and he calls this a revenge game for him.
I like that.
So,
I love a revenge game.
But according to Teron Armstead says, I got it. Don't worry about it. He'll be good. But now, remember, who was your left guard last season?
Who was your left guard last season?
Damn, you forgot already? Liam Eichenberg.
Well, but he was hurt half the year, wasn't he?
He started 10 games.
All right, so basically half the year.
Okay. Liam Eichenberg was your left guard. The Dolphins basically said 2 vacancies at guard and said, you know what, Liam, we're going to keep you right here at center. Okay, just worry about that. Then they had some injuries, and they said, okay, Liam, we're going to put you in there. And then they were just like, you know what, Liam, I know you played left guard, but we're going to put you over at the right guard spot because we know that, Robert Jones is just a week or 2 away. So, yes, you're going to be riding the Liam Eichenberg Express, but this is the important element of it. I think he might be the first Dolphins player in the history of the franchise that has started a single game today at every position on the offensive line.
Wow.
And Liam even says, this is my last chance.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, because, first of all, Robert Hunt never misses games. Never misses games.
Yes.
So, yeah, it probably is your last chance because they've tried to look, center was... It wasn't the disaster I thought it was going to be.
No, and he actually got better. I got to acknowledge that. He got better. First game, got his face kicked in.
It was Buffalo, and it didn't go. It went poorly. But I think since that game,
he got Teron Armstead hurt.
Correct. But I think since that game,
he did.
Yeah, no, these are facts. Yes.
Not that
he acknowledged them. I got Teron hurt. Yes.
I'm glad he acknowledges it.
Yes.
It makes me feel better.
You can only go up from there. He has gone up, though. To be fair,
he
has gone up. By the way, Jesse Davis. I'm not saying for sure I remember this. I feel like Jesse Davis started at every damn position.
No, he never started at center.
He never played center. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. I'm a Jesse Davis member of Jesse Davis fan club.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah. It does exist, sir. He's with the 49ers.
It's just you and Jesse Davis's mother.
couple cousins in there.
No, and bleeping Brian Flores too.
too.
Right?
Hey, don't disrespect Jesse.
Yeah,
Davis.
you mean when the Dolphins tried to go have a $3 million left tackle?
Listen. We're not going to disrespect Jesse Davis, okay? Jesse Davis was asked to play a position that we absolutely knew he could not play, but he was the only one that actually was kind of qualified to play it, and he was playing it hurt. Okay, we're not gonna disrespect Jesse Davis.
Omar, just admit it. Come on, you know what I want you to say.
What is this?
Dude's a bum.
No, he's not a bum.
Dude,
Omar,
stunk.
No,
Omar.
Jesse Davis might be the best practice squad elevation in Dolphins history.
What?
Yeah,
I don't even know what that list looks like. But what?
Name another guy who worked his way up from the practice squad and started 40+ games for the Miami Dolphins.
Right, but
it doesn't
not
exist.
well.
It doesn't exist well, sir.
Started 40+ games because we don't draft offensive linemen properly, and you had no other choice but to go with the fat Jesse Davis, who got Tua Tagovailoa hurt in his rookie season.
He was not fat. He did get Tua hurt. Listen, Jesse would have been good if you didn't ask him to play tackle. Okay? That's like asking Leon Eichenberg to play tackle and expecting positive results.
I mean, the way this season's going, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be back there for one game.
That's a possibility. No, you got Kendall Lamb.
Yeah, what about why did they try Kendall? I know you said like he doesn't like it, but why don't they try it?
He does.
He
knows himself. He knows he can't handle the twists and stunts. It's close,
right?
Yeah,
Left
he's tackle swing man.
What if he what if they didn't they do this one time with Pouncey where they made Pouncey go back to guard? What if because Connor Williams used to be a guard? Why don't they make him the guard and keep Eichenberg a tackle?
Connor Williams is one of the top 5 guards in the NFL. Why would you switch positions?
Top 5 centers, you mean?
Top 5 centers in the NFL.
I also feel like he has so much leverage at this point where they're like, hey, you want to?
Oh, is that leverage launching snaps into the bleachers? What is that leverage?
He's getting paid a lot of money, and he's going to get paid a lot more money. And
a lot better with Connor Williams on the field, erratic snaps or not. You're a lot better with him.
I just love how it's always dismissed though, like erratic snaps. Like Mike McDaniel keeps trying to do that thing where he goes, like 70 snaps are great. Yeah, dude, but how about the one when the drive matters the most? He doesn't throw it like a Randy Johnson slider.
He took ownership for it too, and I know.
So glad.
You love that, don't you?
No,
you just absolutely love when a guy just.
So did Tua, by the way. Tua took accountability.
Everybody's going to take
Everybody took accountability for it.
Absolutely. That's why I love this team. Mike McDaniel took accountability for it.
I don't care. Like, good, you took accountability for it. I don't need you to take accountability for something that's super
I have
obvious.
covered so many Dolphins teams where players were like, yeah, that wasn't on me. That was on him. I swear. Like Jabril Wilson, does that name ever ring a bell to you guys? Oh, my God. Was that guy a master at throwing people under the bus? Yeah.
Everybody on this team takes accountability for everybody else's actions except for one person.
Who's that?
Vic Fangio, because he does not take accountability for anything, and he just tells
hey, man, they're not running my defense.
They got to play better.
Yeah.
They got to play better.
No. That's not fair. First week after the Chargers, he said, that's on me. I didn't get the guys prepared enough.
Yeah, I wish Hard Knocks were there for those meetings afterwards. I got a feeling they would have gotten I feel like we would have had like a Mike Sherman, Jaworski Lane situation. Jaworski, you late for my meeting? You ruined my train of thought. Poor Jaworski Lane.
Oh, man.
2 seconds late. Mike Sherman couldn't go on with his meeting.
Oh, my. Do you remember how you got into Agnew? Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Probably the reason his career didn't work out.
Yeah. Agnew, if you weren't a high draft pick, we would cut you right now.
Man, Campbell got into him too. Oh, tore into him on the sidelines.
Oh, Agnew was so soft.
3rd round pick.
Yeah.
I think didn't Richie Incognito bullied him too. We saw that on Hard Knocks. He goes,
Did he?
Yeah, Richie was like, "Hey, Agnew, why don't you make your playbook iPad password 1234? How about you make it more hard, huh?" Yeah, Agnew got it from everybody.
Yeah, Hard Knocks. That they chronicled the bullying of the NFL.
Yep.
That back when it was okay to like shave a penis in a rookie's head.
Yes.
Until Incognito.
Yeah. Don't put it on Incognito. But it's called Bullygate. Don't just blame it on Incognito. He wasn't the only bully around.
Those were the days. I think the last time you were allowed to do that on Hard Knocks. I remember Jeff Fisher like cut a guy for like having a girl in his room or something like that. And that was like the last time we ever got anything juicy from Hard Knocks. And
it just turned into the Aaron Rodgers show.
Yeah, and then it was just like, oh, it's J.J. Watt season. J.J. Watt, he has a bed in the room because he just sleeps at the facility, literally.
This is going to end up being just Mike McDaniel show.
Yes.
Right? It's going to just be as many Mike McDaniel cuts and takes and liners as possible.
He he's been trying to perform, and I don't feel comfortable with it.
Is
Like,
he? Because
I feel he is.
He's
Hamming it up.
Mr.
I feel he is.
He's Mr. I'm just myself. I'm just
Nah,
myself.
nah.
I'm just myself. I'm just
He's
myself. He
performing.
says that every effing time.
He
he's on
is
mic.
himself, but he's performing a little bit harder. Just be yourself, bro. Just ignore the cameras. Just. I get it. You're mic'd up.
That's what not that I'm afraid of. Because I know I heard Leroy saying this on your show, Tobin, where he's like, "Oh, the second the Dolphins lose the game, everybody's gonna say, oh, this is a distraction." And I don't think this is going to be a distraction.
It's not a distraction.
But I was afraid of like Mike McDaniel, who I think is now buying into all the love he's getting nationally, and he's on more podcasts and he's appearing more on certain places. Like he's buying into this fame, that he's longed for a long time. And I don't blame him because, listen, I do the exact same thing.
Are you saying he's got Aaron Rodgers in him?
I think he's got a little AA run in him. That's all. And I'm not saying it's a detriment, and I'm not saying this as a, as an indictment on him. I don't think this is going to get in the way of him coaching. So I don't think this is a bad thing. Just think he's buying into the fame a little bit.
Interesting.
A little show poniness.
He's a bit of a show pony.
There has been some show ponying, and I'm a little disappointed in it. I just want you to be.
You just started this by saying he has red bottoms. I'm proud of him.
I mean, okay, he is a showman.
True. That's so true.
He is a showman.
You can't say that. I love his red bottoms and to say a little too much, Mike McDaniel.
All right.
I don't even know what red bottoms are.
Did you look up a price on the red bottom?
Find me the red bottoms. We got to take a break. We're back after this.
WQAM on the Kendall Toyota And Williamson Automotive.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Game day, uncensored here, 560 WQAM. Miami Dolphins taking on the Las Vegas Raiders today at Hard Rock Stadium. I saw somebody tagged you, Omar, on the Kevin Harland class. Have you watched it yet? Well, you watched Kevin Harland montage at one point, so you can just realize. I know you'll be busy at the stadium today. You won't hear this. This won't matter to you, but I'm telling you, dude, this guy is so good calling a Dolphins game. I can't wait to hear him.
Okay.
Yes.
I will watch.
Got him. He's in Solana. Are you going to the game today, or are you going to watch from home with the little Harland?
Oh, I'm going home. Couch for
Harland.
me, man. I went to games 3, 4, 5 years straight. I'm enjoying just sitting on the damn. I miss being in the booth. I miss the atmosphere, bro. There's nothing like watching NFL football on the damn couch.
Oh, it's so good
with your own wings and your own beer.
Yeah, I got to watch it today. Last flag football game of the season, so I got the earpiece and the thing today. Last one.
What's the record?
I'm praying for you, man.
They've been rolling, dude. They're 4-1. They lost the first week, steamrolling fools. Or actually, it's their age group's championship today.
Oh,
so we'll see what happens. But they've been smoking fools.
But everybody gets a trophy, right?
No, they don't. They don't actually.
Nobody gets a trophy.
In fact, it's like they only have 4 teams that make the playoffs. In his age group, only 2 teams made the playoffs. So there's only 1 championship for the trophy. But the others, there's a conference championship, and then 2 hours later, there's a championship. So, man, it's up to those parents who got to be there all day on football.
Brutal. You give your son like a little pep talk about the importance of today. You know, like let him understand the stakes.
We don't have any losers in our family, son.
No. He already knows. Like, he's used to losing because he gets his, he chokes people out, then he gets choked out all the week during jiu-jitsu. So he gets it. He gets enough lessons in that. By the way, Hard Knocks, I'm telling you right now, Hard Knocks, you better go to his dojo. I want to see what's going on.
I do too.
I
do too.
I want to see what's going on.
If you show me anything about Tua, it's the dojo. I don't even care about the family life.
Is he still going though?
He says he was going to do it every Monday, but that's a good question to ask.
It is tougher as the bumps and bruises go on. Like, he may be more focused on football. So I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen it though. We've seen the roles. They've done great.
Yeah.
They've done great. And
he hasn't been injured. Let's hope Max Crosby doesn't injure him today.
Don't let him anywhere near him, bro.
Just a little put a little Uma roll on him,
Liam.
I don't think
never
that's what it's called. I think
you.
I messed that up. I think it's an Oompa roll. My bad.
An Oompa roll?
Yeah, that's like where you like reverse it.
Don't you think the jiu-jitsu stuff was like, hey, I'm gonna do this in the offseason and then that's it? Like,
he said he was going to continue to do it every Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, you could do jiu-jitsu like once a week for 45 minutes. Like, it's not that big a commitment. I mean, unless he's got like, Gilbert Burns like teaching him, who I think was the first guest on Mostert's podcast, which was kind of cool.
That's cool.
So unless he's got like some dude who's teaching him 3 hours, I don't think that's happening. He's not training for the UFC heavyweight championship, so there's no need for that. But another badass on the team, Vic Fangio. This guy has had his defense come together, and here's old Fangs talking about there's no one thing. It's just kind of been better overall.
We've just gotten better doing some of the little things at every level of the defense, and when you do that, you end up getting good results. There isn't one silver bullet that's happened that's made us better. It's just kind of been a collective effort.
I don't know what a silver bullet. I don't know what that means. That's an old person saying. What the hell does that mean? There's been one silver bullet?
I have no idea either.
Is that like a Coors Light? Like, what the hell is he talking about? I don't know what that means.
Let me Google it.
There's not been one silver. Is that the most important bullet? The silver bullet?
In folklore, only a silver bullet could kill a werewolf, witch, or other monster.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So who are they using? Like, so who is the werewolf on the Raiders? Is it Josh Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs, I guess.
He's the werewolf.
Hold on. I'm kind of tired of this though, because we're thinking of Josh Jacobs of what he has been and not what he is right now. I'm not saying he's not great. Like, I know the dude's
3.3 yards per carry.
Extremely talented. Omar, this offense is 31st in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They're second to last in the NFL. You know how bad you have to be in this NFL right now, where there are some of the worst teams I've ever seen in the history of this league.
Some bad football.
They're second to last.
Still
but they arguably had the worst coach in the league. Like, that guy sucked.
Okay, they had the worst coach in the league, and they replaced him with an interim head coach who's not going to be there long term.
The guy he drafted Tebow in the first round. Dude. That's how bad their coach was.
That's legendary, man. That is legendary.
It's true though. Like, he's going to go down as one of the worst head coaches of all time.
Hey, Tobin, won a playoff game.
Okay.
Won a playoff game. I'm just saying. Won a playoff game.
They are. You're right. They are. He is a bad coach, and he's probably going to go down as one of the worst coaches of all time.
Yeah. Tom Brady's water boy. That's what he should just be. Like, yeah. You know, where's he gonna, he's going to be sitting there. He'll be producing for Tom Brady and Jim Gray. Let's go to our producer, Josh. Hey, Josh, your football days are done, but can you?
I mean, he's cashed 2 head coaching checks, so
he's fine.
He didn't have to work.
He's fine.
Day in his life, and I promise you, his whole contract was probably guaranteed from the Raiders.
Oh yeah,
let me look up what his contract
the details came out. I think the owner, what is it, Mark Davis?
Mm-hmm.
He ended up spending like $100 million or $80 million.
Yeah, because he had. Well, I think they're suing Gruden, and that's still going on. There's a lawsuit probably.
No, but to clear out, because they fired pretty much the entire staff, right? You had to pay McDaniel's like $50 million, $60 million, I think.
Yeah, he got a $60 million 5-year, $60 million deal.
You had to pay him $60 million out the door later.
Coaching contracts being fully guaranteed is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like the idea that Jimbo Fisher gets $76 million just to not coach it's pretty nuts. Like for an NFL running back, we quibble over like giving a running back an extra $3 million a year. Yet if some dummy can't call the right plays, that guy gets to walk away with like $30 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. That's nuts.
How have the Raiders gotten it wrong every single time with their head coaching? Like literally every single
They've had some crazy fun. Remember Lane Kiffin? Remember when he was that was like, what a great time that was.
They owe him $40 million. I can't even like wrap my brain around that. Oh, you want to fire me? Okay, no problem.
No big. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Apparently, he's trying to defend the honor of the Patriots in a meeting.
Like, oh my God,
Peter Pan!
Like, you're gonna fire me and give me $40 million?
Tough.
Like, wow, what a rough life.
I wouldn't come back, honestly. Like, for what? You're the laughing stock of the NFL. All right, just walk away with $40 million. Go sit on a beach somewhere.
A man who probably
do the Adam Gase program.
Where is he now? What's he doing?
Coaching high school football.
Coaching high school.
Yep. Yeah.
Is he? Does he have high school?
I might see him I might see him later today.
I thought he was doing flag football.
He might be. Yeah, he might. I might see him on the other sideline today.
I mean,
that's a guarantee win for your
team. If I see Adam Gase, he's doing smelling salts trying to coach 7-year-olds. Here's more of Vic Fangio on the team's defense.
We just need to be as good as we can be, not really get caught up in statistics. But I do think we are headed in the right direction. As you say, we have most of our guys back now. We went through our share of the injuries early in the year, and I'm optimistic moving forward.
What is the area of this improvement that you've seen that you're the most proud of?
Apologize for that cut by me. But what was the answer that he said to that? Do you remember? Was that the silver bullet thing?
I have no idea.
Listen,
it was my question. I have no idea.
Listen, the old can bore you.
I just think they're overall, 1, they're healthy.
Yep.
2, I don't think you can name a player who is playing below his talent level. And it starts with David Long. He's finally playing up to expectations. I wrote a column about him on alldolphins.com, basically saying, I know Jalen Ramsey's back and X is back and Javon is back and Jaylen Phillips is back. But the one guy who began the season as kind of a disappointment was David Long.
Yeah.
And he was
Fangs was hard on him.
Yeah, Fangs was critical of him. And he was shooting the wrong gap. Now David Long is really a reliable player. He's one of the reasons why after the Chargers debacle, only 2 teams have rushed for over 100 yards against the Dolphins this season. And that's pretty good, pretty impressive. And yeah, he's still sharing kind of that inside linebacker role with Andrew Van Ginkel, which we've all acknowledged deserves to play. But David Long is being a very productive player per snap, and right now leads team in tackles.
And
it's not like downfield tackles like Jerome Baker, where it's like,
no. He's like you can see he's making those impact. Dude hits hard too. Like he really does seem to.
I don't know about all that, but he's kind of tiny.
No, he is. He's not a big guy, but like you can tell, like he brings that with like a lot of it. Like he's fast, dude.
Yeah. What I like about him, and I think I learned it from Javon Harland, where's because he's on with you guys, Hockman and Crowder, on every Tuesday. David Long like checks out during the game. Like during the game, he's a very soft-spoken, quiet guy by nature, and he's just very ferocious and just like locked in on the game, menace on the game. And I'm like, okay, that's I think you have to be a little crazy to play football. I truly do. And I've covered this game for 20 something years.
For
so
sure.
I know you have to be a little off.
A little crazy. Omar, these guys are psychos.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
like they are.
Yeah.
You're going and you're banging your head in for 4 hours, 5 times a week.
You truly have to be a little off to play football.
Yeah.
We love it, but we don't play it. You have to be a little off to play football. And yeah, David Long, it's a little off.
But going back to your point earlier about how this team is not seen as a physical team,
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. Like as well as David Long is playing, he's not one of these physical linebackers. Like he's quick. He has really good mechanics. He's going to make the tackle, but he's not like these like physical beasts. Kind of like I know.
Yeah, but that guy's like that. There's not many of those guys at linebacker anymore. Anyway, like it's kind of a dying breed in the sport. Like they want everybody to be able to do both.
Yeah.
It's too much. Like there's too much speed all over the place, and so like that's what I think. It was probably frustrating for the coach early on, but like if you can understand the physical assets that he does have, he could do both. But as it's been said, like Vic Fangio's defense is not easy to learn, but now it does seem like everything is coming together. Everything seems to be coming together. We'll take a quick break. Back with more Game Day Uncensored after this.
You're listening to
Cadillac, JM Lexus, and Williamson Automotive.
Welcome back, everybody. Game Day Uncensored here, 560 WQM, streaming live in your ears on the Odyssey app, streaming for your eyes on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQM. You guys can get in on the chat alongside Omar Kelly and Alejandro Solana, Trevor Harris producing, and Brendan Tobin. We are getting you ready for a little Dolphins Raiders action from Hard Rock Stadium, 1 p.m. kickoff as the Miami Dolphins look to bounce back, had the bye week, had that tough loss in Germany to the Chiefs, but now need to really take advantage of this run ahead of them as the Bills stinking up the joint, the Jets.
You conference watching? That's
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Whole time.
All the time.
You see the Bills?
Doesn't bother me. I'm not a player. They can look at stuff 1 week at a time all you want. I don't understand.
Business. You don't got to worry about nobody else.
You see the Bills' schedule, by the way?
Tough.
Very tough. They're 5-5 right now. They have the Jets today. I mean, at home.
Could go either way. Who knows?
It's a coin flip.
It's a coin flip, dude. You don't know.
If Zach Wilson beats Josh Allen at
all
Highland,
hell breaking loose.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God. That city is going to be in shambles. But then next week they got the Eagles on the road in Philadelphia.
That's a loss. That's a loss, dog.
At the
Kelly
Chiefs.
Green Day also.
At the Chiefs.
That's a loss.
Host the Cowboys.
Okay.
That's a loss.
Give me.
At the Chargers.
Could go either way.
Yeah, nah.
Could go either way.
They could get Chargers.
Could go either way. Not sure.
Then they host the Patriots December 31st.
That's a win.
Oh, I kind of want them to win that game. Like Bill Belichick. Just
make it miserable.
You want Bill Belichick to do just enough not to get fired.
You just want him sticking around?
Yeah, dude.
No, I don't though, because stick around for what? To break Shula's record? If he's gonna break Shula's record, I want him to earn it. Not just stick around.
You don't want him to do it in shame,
right?
Damn.
Just be do it right.
They got this documentary coming out. I don't know who made the documentary about their dynasty, and I'm like, you better start running that thing now before they fire him. And I do believe they said they're like launching it. I think it's like Amazon or something.
I think there was a rumor this week though that he already has his team picked out for next year.
What team is that? No,
I don't know. They wouldn't say.
It's not real. That can't be real.
I don't know. That was kicking around the Twitter sphere this week. I think it was Orlovsky who dropped that nugget.
Wow.
Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah,
I've seen.
Now listen, take it with a grain of salt. He doesn't know how big an end zone is.
It's not gonna be.
Hey, come on, man. Orlovsky has been ride or die with Tua for the past 3 years.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's been ride or die with Tua. He's like the one guy at ESPN who's been ride or die with Tua.
Louis Riddick.
No.
Yeah, Louis Riddick's about to ride or die with Tua.
Has he?
From day one.
Yeah.
Draft. Yeah, Louis Riddick's never wavered. Dan wavers a little.
Who does Orlovsky criticize? I don't even feel like I ever hear him criticize anybody.
That's a good point.
And he loves everybody.
Yeah.
He wants to. He's everybody love me. I'm Orlovsky.
He's on that fence on everybody.
I don't
Just
buy
shadows a fence.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah, because you hear him talk about Josh Allen right now.
Yeah, he's not one of the listen, I know who the bastards are, and the bastards I will never let back. I know who they are. They can peacock out there all they want. The phoniest of the phonies, Cowherd, because he was in the Tua documentary, and then all of a sudden he was
hold on. Cowherd's trying to support Tua and pretends like he likes Tua now.
If he does, don't trust him because he was into his documentary, and then all of a sudden he flipped on him. So he was on both sides of the fence. I'll never trust him. Chris Sims is numero uno. He's El Presidente of the Tua bastards.
When Burrow got hurt the other day on Thursday Night Football, I wanted to hear what Cowherd had to say. Right, Burrow has been hurt just as much as anybody. I want to see what he had to say. Oh, it's the NFL's fault. How are we going to protect these quarterbacks? The NFL has to do a better job of protecting quarterbacks because this is an atrocity. Joe Burrow, one of the best players in the NFL, the only guy who can beat Patrick Mahomes. Hey, when Tua went down last year, you know what he had to say? That's why you don't draft a small quarterback. It wasn't to protect the quarterbacks. That's why you don't draft a small quarterback.
Joe Burrow has had a lot of injuries. He has. And then showing up with that mysterious wrist thing was pretty crazy. Feel bad for him because I like watching Joe Burrow play football, but whatever.
And he owns the Bills.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Now Tua showed up this week. New look. We saw it. He's got a lava. Just confirming that. And
that's not the new look though.
His new look is he's braided up. He's got a. Did this shock you when you saw Tua with the new hair?
Cornrow Tua.
It doesn't shock me. We saw him with his hair covered, and I tweeted out a video, and everybody's like, "Oh, does Tua have cornrows?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then Marcel says yes, he has cornrows. I don't know how Marcel knew. Marcel Louis Jacques from ESPN. And I didn't believe it. I went inside. So you got to pick what you do. You either do Tua or you go inside the locker room. I picked to go inside the locker room and not be there for Tua's press conferences because usually
that's fun. Like what is that?
What do you mean?
They're splitting up locker room and the quarterback. Why doesn't everybody get to hear the quarterback speak? That seems like a pain in the ass.
Because it's at the same time and you choose one or the other. So
doesn't that seem ridiculous to you though?
It is.
I'll move on.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Don't
what
move
it is.
on. It is ridiculous. It's not
dumb.
move on. It's just stupid.
Everybody should hear the quarterback talk.
Yeah, same as the head coach. You hear the head coach, you hear the quarterback, and then you get player availability after. Like that's commonplace in media. It's stupid that you have to decide.
Commonplace behavior, huh? We should expect more and have standards.
No,
right?
I think you should. I'm not trying to take shots. I'm just saying, like it's common practice. You shouldn't have to pick between who you want to hear.
Very valid point.
Yeah. Whatever. Another story for another day.
Yeah, nobody cares about us in the media anyway.
It's true.
But then he came out and he talked about, I wanted to get this look. It was growing a little bit. I believe because if you think about Tua in his Alabama career, he had that blonde streak. He had some different looks.
Remember that.
Tua has done different things from a look standpoint. And I think he's just trying to find his own identity. And he's gaining more confidence in himself and comfort level. And he's got a little swag to him right now. So he went for a little swaggy look.
Here he is. People seem to think that he looked like Drake on Twitter. This was a big debate. Here's Tua on Twitter's reaction to his Drake look.
Twitter's already kind of ablaze. They think you look like Drake.
Oh, don't show that to my wife.
Adam Beasley asking that question is the funniest damn thing, man. The whitest guy in that room. And, I love Adam Beasley. I love Adam Beasley. The whitest guy in the room
dog.
Going, Twitter's ablaze right now. You look like Drake.
Yeah. You didn't even give the Kiki.
I thought I had it in there.
Yeah. The Kiki, do you love me?
Yeah, he did. He gave us a little Drake and then said, don't show that to his wife.
He did look a little like Drake.
Drake actually followed him, actually.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Drake.
I don't like
you want to talk about old AWs? That's Drake.
Yeah.
Right there with Aaron Rodgers.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Keep Drake away from Tua.
Yeah,
please.
You don't want Drake around your sports.
Yeah.
It's just a known thing.
And he's gonna try to be on the sideline in the locker room all of a sudden.
Hey man,
he's gonna try to give
Drake wants to come.
Nah.
I'm sure Mike McDaniel will welcome him.
No, he definitely will. That's the problem. I don't want Drake showing up to Hard Knocks and then all of a sudden now we're in trouble.
Drake, he's going to try to give McDaniel a little neck rub at some point, because that's his thing now.
No.
Keep him away.
Don't do that, Mike. The only person you're allowed to have you talk to your team on Hard Knocks is Spo. That's it. Let's just keep it in-house down here. That's it. Nobody else.
But now he's swaggy Tua.
Yep. Here's Bradley Chubb's reaction to Tua's hair.
What do you think of Tua's new look?
I love it. He told me he was going to do it, but I didn't believe him. And then, came in the next day with the cornrows. So, hey, the oos is loose.
I love that. The oos is loose.
You call him Oos. They call him Uno.
They love him.
The one. Yeah.
They love him. I love him.
That's their quarterback.
It's crazy, right? If I would have told you 3 years ago, hey, this Tua going to get cornrows, everybody's going to blow up about it.
Yeah.
And the entire locker room is going to love him. And he's going to be the face of your franchise.
With cornrows?
A lot of people would have been like, you're out of your mind. There's no way. You're out of your mind.
Super clean cut.
And here we are.
Yeah. Well, probably only Gesicki because he loves Ryan Fitzpatrick so much. That bum.
He's super clean cut. So the cornrows gives him a little. I like the beard too. People are underestimating. I love bearded.
He should just grow a beard so he can go and take all of Ryan Fitzpatrick's stuff.
Yes.
He should grow a better beard than Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Just for ultimate.
I ignored
revenge.
your Ryan Fitzpatrick slander the first time, and you just keep coming at it another round, right?
I don't have my board right
yeah,
now.
you just kept.
I'll go get it. Don't worry.
Kept coming another round.
You know I'm right.
You're right. You're actually right. I'm sick of seeing Ryan Fitzpatrick on commercials.
We'll take a quick break. Tua also gave us the Goosies this week. We'll tell you why next.
You're listening to the exclusive home of Miami Hurricanes.
pregame show for real Miami football fans on AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Game Day Uncensored is sponsored by South Florida Lexus Dealers. Experience amazing by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day. Pour me in, coach. Ed Morse Sawgrass Buick GMC is a proud partner of the Miami Dolphins. Remember, you're always backed by Morse. By JM Lexus. At JM Lexus, you'll always get the home team advantage.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Game Day Uncensored here, 560 WQAM. Tobin, Omar Kelly, Solana here with you for the next couple hours, getting you ready for Dolphins and Raiders. Trevor Harris producing this little shindig here today. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel Miami 560 WQAM. You also can catch us on the Odyssey app and listen to us there. We have a nice little matchup today. Miami Dolphins back in action, back at home where they are awesome. What are they under Mike McDaniel? 10-2 all time?
At home, averaging 43.5 points per game.
And Tua's only lost once with Mike McDaniel, and he was concussed. So I don't even count
that. The Packers game?
Ruined Christmas.
Yeah.
That did ruin Christmas.
It did ruin Christmas, and he loves Christmas. Tua loves Christmas.
That second half, man. He was, I don't know.
I don't know.
He was
dude, it was like one rando Twitter guy, and he's like, I think Tua got concussed in this.
Yeah,
We're like, okay, guy.
right.
Okay, sure.
It's like the only guy that realized.
Spot on.
Yeah. They have a damn NFL has a spotter to literally look for that. And it was just
balls on Twitter fixed. He's like, hey, I think Tua got concussed, slammed in the ground again. You know how he was awesome? And then because he was awesome to start that game. And then just what the hell what happened?
So those two interceptions he threw, and I think one in the third, one in the fourth, were some of the worst passes I've ever seen a quarterback throw.
Yeah, it made no sense. And then, of course, we discovered the next day what happened. So, yeah, it was that. And then Mike McDaniel lost the Vikings, but Tua didn't play in that game.
Yeah.
Tua didn't play in that game. So,
flatlined in the third and fourth quarter of the season and backed your way into the playoffs. This season has been all about making sure that doesn't happen again.
Making sure it's that they are all set for the elimination games and all that. But this is about as golden a chance they have because, listen, I would say the Dolphins have had a pretty tough schedule, tough road games, tough matchups. To be where they're at right now in 6-3 is overall, big picture, a pretty good place to be in. And now this is a place where they can really take advantage. And when they have had teams that have been wounded or not as good or rookies at QB, hell, they've looked really, really good in those games. They've looked really, and especially at home.
I hate the narrative that they haven't beaten anybody because a lot of these nobodies have beaten teams that people have feared or thought were very dynamic teams. But this team is focused on playing good football in elimination games down the stretch. And this officially begins down the stretch because if you look at this 4-game stretch, this third quarter of the season, if you go out there and you at least do 3-1, you will be putting yourself in position to be in the playoffs at least.
Yeah.
Now, 4-0, you're definitely putting yourself in position to host a playoff game.
Catbird seat.
Or two.
Right there.
There is an interesting report from Mike Cunio of CBS 4.
What's that?
Tom Brady is in the building for Raiders Dolphins
because he owns pizza. The Raiders, yeah, the team that he wanted to own and play for. They shouldn't let him in. To be honest with you, I'm sick of this Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Go mind your business. I don't want him there.
He lives down here, bro.
I don't care, dude. Like it's enough of him already. You want to talk about AWs? Like this guy has gotten enough attention to last a lifetime, and now he's got
not earned it.
Nah, I mean, if you want to say, does he have the most rings? Yes. Was it all on the level? Tough to say.
Oh my God.
I mean, everybody's giving his school, Michigan, a tough time. Let's talk about it. It seems like we know where he learned it way back in the day.
Why doesn't he go watch the game at a little mound on the beach that he retired
he live in
on?
Sunny Isles or something like that? Get him out of here.
Go watch the game on that little mound he retired on the beach.
Yeah,
North Miami Beach.
All right, sound jealous.
Jealous of what?
He's probably living the best life ever.
Is he? Because he doesn't seem to be able to let go of football.
Remember he's got this $30 million Fox gig that he hasn't really taken advantage of.
He's not
yet.
doing that. He's gonna You know,
You don't think he's not doing it? He's
Nah.
not going to talk football for $30 million?
No, I don't think so. He'll find other things to do $30 million for. I don't think he wants to
Okay.
be Tony Romo. I think he just wants to do his own thing.
Fair.
If maybe he's from his couch, like the Manning brothers, then
The
maybe
Manning
he'll do it.
cast.
Yeah, he'll do something like that. He's not sitting next to who the hell is it? Kevin Burkhardt? Who the hell is the number one guy?
I don't even know anymore. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like,
Kevin
listen,
Burkhardt, correct.
there's no way he's got to. I'll tell you what, it'd be a shame if Kevin Harland got paired with him and he's got to carry that bum Tom Brady in the broadcast booth.
Don't do that to me, please.
Yeah.
Don't ruin the best thing we have going for us right now.
Now, a man who would never cheat to win a Super Bowl, Tua. He was asked this week about if MVP would mean a lot to him, and he said, no, he wants the whole damn thing.
Winning league MVP, is that a goal for you? Is that a consideration at all for you? Is that something that enters your mind?
Brother, I just want to help our team win the Super Bowl. I think that would be the greatest deal. When everything's said and done, no one can take that away from you.
That's why I love him.
Brother.
He's adorable.
Brother.
And he's genuine. And that's what a quarterback should say.
That's the one thing that you can never say about Tua. He's not genuine, because he truly is. He truly is genuine.
And when he starts it with brother,
something about it.
I just want to win a Super Bowl, man. Like, it just he's speaking facts right there. Brother, I just want to win a Super Bowl.
He's locked in, baby.
He wants the MVP, though. I don't believe him.
Absolutely.
Really?
I don't believe him.
Well, you make a lot of money if you win the MVP.
His teammate, yeah, and he's trying to make a lot of money. And his teammates want the MVP for him. Remember, Tyreek took himself out of the race.
Of course, you want to win.
Yeah, but he endorsed the fullback
because he's Tyreek, and he was gonna screw around. But yeah, you know what he meant.
Man, can we play Tyreek Hill screwing around this week? Because this made me happy. So did you hear this, Solana?
I did not hear this.
Tyreek Hill was asked about Davante Adams or something like that, and apparently he's claiming that he was on scout team as Davante Adams this week, and he's saying he embarrassed one of his teammates.
Oh yeah, so today I was actually a part of the scout team a lot today, and I was Davante Adams, so I had a chance to run some Davante Adams like routes. I was able to make Xavier Howard fall a few times, so that was fun. So and then when he fell, I was able to go over to him and then explain to him why he fell, because yeah.
I mean, this man has his trolling knows no bounds. It really is something.
Absolutely not. And Xavier was sitting right there, by the way. Xavier was sitting right there just laughing. And the whole press conference, he does his press conference because he knew we were coming to ask him about the marriage, which just seemed weird.
Yeah,
that you just decide to let me just go get married on the bye week. Okay, cool. And then he said, you know what? I'm gonna do my interview in front of Jaylen Waddle's locker. So the whole time he's doing his interview and talking about his marriage, he's got Jaylen Waddle standing behind him as this hype man. Going all the way back to Mike Wallace and Brandon Gibson days.
Oh man.
And so that's what it brought back for me, the throwback. And then he starts talking about Davante Adams. I thought he was going to give us a little Davante Adams trash talk. I'm a better receiver. Nah, he just decides that I embarrass X a lot of times. Made him fall down. I'm like, come on, bro. Like Davante Adams isn't even on that side. It would be Jalen Ramsey. Stop. Like, stop all the noise.
Xavier took it in stride, though.
Yeah, everybody knows who Tyreek is. Tyreek is a troll. I didn't know. I honestly did not know this. I did not know this. Like, I didn't even believe he was married till he actually said he was married. He acknowledged that I am married. At first he lied and he was like, well, married? I didn't get married. And then he admitted he got married. But I don't believe anything Tyreek says.
These guys, if they want real secret marriages, got to go to an actual secret place, because the courthouse is not like Tua got. Remember when Tua got married secretly? And
he was pissed.
He was pissed about
that.
that. He was not happy.
Even the baby, right? Like
I think the damage was done at the baby. Well, that's probably a bad way to put it. I think everybody realized, he's married. Like, you're gonna have kids. Like the baby was there.
Yeah, the baby was on the way when he got married, and
I think if you beat the clock, you beat the clock.
That's fair.
That's my philosophy.
I'm just saying. Christian, he's supposed to be doing that, but he beat the clock.
What is he? The Jonas Brothers now? All of a sudden, he does his thing, man.
Listen, he is the savior of Dolphins football, and that's what I look upon as. He's okay. He can do no wrong in my eyes right now.
He can't.
Well, I mean,
He is absolved.
win this game.
Bless you, Tua.
Win this game.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I mean, the Raiders, especially right in front of Tom Brady's stupid face.
Oh.
You tried to take his job, dude.
Yeah.
I know what you tried to do, Tom Brady.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you tried to take his job. Don't think I forgot about that.
And Sean Payton tried to take Mike McDaniel's job. You see the connection there?
Yep. And what happened?
70 burger up on him.
70 points, Omar. Exactly right. So Tom Brady can now sit there with his Botox face next to Mark Davis with that
You think
stupid
he
hair.
had Botox?
Absolutely.
Bro.
Do I think he has Botox?
Omar.
What are you talking about? He's got more
Omar.
Botox in his face than a real housewife of whatever city you want to put it in. And so let me
Omar.
tell you something right now, dude. I hope that his stuck plastic face has his eyes glued open and he could just watch Tua Tagovailoa sling that pigskin all over the place and he can realize, oh, wow, I didn't deserve to take this guy's job.
He didn't.
Does he have Botox, Omar?
I know your girl's a specialist, but yes, he like, bro.
Well, you'll
come on.
realize today when
I don't know men in their Botox ways.
You can listen, you know red bottom shoes, and I'll know Botox. Let me tell you something. He's gonna have a look of surprise his entire face because he can't change his emotions. He's like, wow, there's Tua. He doesn't stop throwing touchdowns.
I gotta look at Tom Brady's face now. Does Tom Brady have Botox?
You'll realize he actually looks like a Ken doll come to life.
He does look like a Ken doll come to life.
Take a quick break. Back with more Game Day Uncensored after this.
Game Day Uncensored on AM 560 Sports. WQAM is sponsored by
Just download the free Odyssey app and make WQAM your favorite station. And there we are, 24/7.
Game Day Uncensored continues on AM 560 Sports WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, JM Lexus, and Williamson Automotive.
All right, welcome back, you rascals. It is Game Day Uncensored here on 560 WQAM. You guys can watch us on YouTube and Twitch. Victor wants to know, do you guys respond? I just did.
Absolutely. And in fact, if you ask questions on here, we'll answer them.
Yeah, hit it on up. We'll get some questions coming on up. We do have to go and do a fantasy update here, Solana. So what do we got here? That is always brought to us by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day. Pour me in, coach. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly, which I try to when I have Tito's. Be responsible on a game day. Now, I can't do that today until after the flag football championship.
Hold on. You can't have a little cup in your little something?
Nah, I don't know.
That's not responsible
I don't
parenting?
think so. I feel like that's frowned upon. But then
I bet you there's a guy in the back.
Oh, there's definitely a guy that I tell you what, some of these, I think because they're there all day with a bunch of kids, like they got the tent set up there. They got everything going on. Plus, they don't let you near the field. Like you got to watch it from the bleachers like it's a damn high school
I'd
game.
be getting toasted in the bleachers.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But we got obviously Devon Achane coming back. Solana, what do you think that impacts on fantasy? There are a lot of big-time fantasy players in this game.
Yeah. So one thing that Omar had mentioned, first of all, Achane going to play. I know Inactives haven't been released. He's technically questionable. Are you confident that
he's
Achane's
starting.
going?
He's not playing. He's starting.
Okay. So Achane, in my opinion, is a must start. Must start for anybody. But you mentioned Raheem Mostert banged up. It looks like the knee and the ankle has been bothering him. So you were saying earlier, hey, maybe, seek other options. If Mostert is your running back 1 or running back 2, maybe seek other options.
This is also a game where Tyreek is on the injury report with a foot injury.
Yeah.
I don't know. We watched him in practice, and there was something there. There was an issue. But as Mike McDaniel always says, this is all Ferrari maintenance.
Yeah.
So
also, I don't believe it. You want to know why?
Because he's Tyreek Hill.
Cheetah don't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Cheetah don't get hurt. He loves the fact that cheetahs don't get hurt. However, I don't think that's accurate. This to me is a big Waddle game, just because you're going to have great one-on-one coverages, especially with this defense that the bum Graham runs. It's like a fake Brian Flores defense. So Tua's going to be blitzed a lot. Now you got to make sure you can protect him, but that's going to lead a lot of these receivers one-on-one outside.
I hope so, because I may have put a little action, and one of my little parlays is a Waddle anytime touchdown score. So I hope so. By the way, regarding fantasy, because I did this, Dolphins were going up against the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. We all remember in Germany. So a lot of people didn't want to start their defense and may have dropped them in your league. And since the Dolphins were on bye last week, same thing. A lot of people may not have picked up the Dolphins defense. And I know Jacobs and Devontae Adams. Listen, man, Raiders offense is run by Aiden O'Connell, and they're the 31st ranked offense in the league. Dolphins defense is getting healthy, so could be something to look for in the waivers. If you're unsure about your matchup this week, Dolphins versus Raiders, probably a good defensive
I would
special
definitely
team
love
start.
that matchup.
Omar, we you mentioned Jaylen. He talked this week. He's been kind of banged up with a bunch of stuff this year. How did you get any look at the practice? Does he look as healthy as ever? Do you expect a guy who, thankfully that bye week came at a right time for him, because, I wouldn't say it's been a bad season for him. It's kind of been, but it hasn't been last year for him.
Everybody's expecting a breakout season, and that hasn't been what it is. But I think he's still being a very productive player, and there's still more meat on the bone in terms of what he can do. But yeah, he began the bye week and with I think it was an ankle or foot. Let me be specific here. But back and toe. So he's been battling with a back and a toe issue. The back has been there all year. I think he's going to go. I think he's going to play. Maybe he's going to rotate in with Andrew Van Ginkel, but he's good to go.
It's been this has been one of those things with them getting everybody right for that defense has been exciting. Chubb, that's Fang's boy. He loves him some Bradley Chubb, and the whole pass rush has been much more, has just gotten impressive this entire year, wreaking havoc.
They only gave up 14 points to the Kansas City Chiefs, and 7 of those were on the very first drive of the game.
Yep.
That happens, right? It's scripted. You're going up against the Chiefs. I don't think anybody faults you for giving up 7 points on the first drive.
Yeah.
That game could have been totally different had Tyreek Hill not fumbled the ball at the end of the first half. They give up 14 points of Patrick Mahomes, and that's it. They shut him out in a half of football. So if you want to look for positive takeaways from that game, I thought number one was the defense.
One thing Fangs doesn't rely on, because he's a man of gut and football. He don't rely on the numbers.
You mentioned the stats, the sacks maybe not coming at first for Bradley. I know there's like deeper metrics and analytics that say that he's always applying pressure. Is that something that you subscribe to? Do you look at those deeper analytics when you're kind of judging the defense or not?
No, I don't look at the analytics part of it. I watch the tape, and I know if our pass rush is good enough or not.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, that's Fangs.
That's Fangs, dude. You give him what do you give him, a spreadsheet? No thanks.
Yeah. He's not. He says he's not an analytics guy. I would beg to differ. I've heard players say that he is an analytics guy.
He doesn't want the appearance. He wants people just thinking he's old school football.
I don't know what that is about, but hey, it is what it is. I think I've already apologized to him. I'm sorry, Fangs. Like, I doubted you. I doubted your unit. I didn't like it. I didn't feel comfortable the way you were running it. And you're the 12th ranked defense, and I have a strong feeling that by the time you get to the end of the season, you'll be a top 5 defense, especially if everybody stays healthy. The one thing you can't afford to do is you can't afford to lose a defensive tackle. And right now, Zach Sealer and Christian Wilkins, they're playing at a very high level. I think you can get Raekwon Davis more involved in the mix, and I think he can hold it down. But after that, and I think Raekwon, this is going to be a big game for him just because of Jacobs.
Do you think with the Christian Wilkins, because it was mentioned this week about he's already matched his career high in sacks? Like, do you attribute that to, is he going after it more? Do you think that this put him in a better position? Do you think this is a guy getting better? Because obviously, so much was made into the season about his contract. He doesn't put up those types of numbers. Now he's kind of hit those halfway through the year.
Mm-hmm.
Are we seeing a better player? Are we seeing a system made for him? What do you think it is?
I think it's all of the above. I think Christian is playing because he's in a contract year. He's more committed to the sacks. I mean, the fact that you're having leads like you're having, and you're just able to pin your ears back and go hunt quarterbacks, that definitely helps you. But what season have we not seen Christian improve his game? Like, there hasn't been one. And the fact that he continues to improve, it just shows that there's so much there. I said initially in the offseason, no, I'm not signing you to a $100 million contract just because I don't know if you're a $100 million player. Well, right now he's proving he's a $100 million player. You're probably going to have to franchise tag him and see how that plays out. But I would think he's probably at the top of your number 2 in terms of guys that you need to re-up or redo, right behind Tua.
Yeah, that's gonna be something, dude. Like,
there's gonna be a lot of money spent this.
There's gonna be a lot of money spent. But and listen, if this season ends up being as good as they hope it is, I mean,
I don't know how you run it back.
I don't know how you do it either. But that was especially the idea. Like, if he has this year, and you knew that was kind of the risk coming into this, is that, hey, you don't get this done, but he goes and he has a monster year. That's the risk you run, Solana. That he was gonna be at the front. Yeah, you do. But I mean, they might need it for some. I mean, who knows? What if Austin Jackson? You don't want him to go. You don't want to start rebuilding the offensive line.
Jackson. I'm tagging Christian Wilkins, keeping it moving.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, why would I tag Austin Jackson? I could sign Austin Jackson for $10 million. $10 million is a good number for Austin Jackson.
It doesn't just stop there, though, right? Like, there's a lot of players on this team.
Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount
who are going to be looking to cash in, especially if this season ends up going where they want it to go. Because don't forget, like, the better you are, the more your stock goes up in terms of productivity and price.
By the time they finish this year, they'll probably have about 6 Pro Bowlers. Robert Hunt has been like one of the top rated guards all season. Connor Williams, one of the top centers in the NFL.
Yeah, get your snaps right though.
What'd you say?
I said get your snaps right.
Oh, okay. Christian Wilkins. You got Zach Sealer locked in, but that's good. Offensively, well, I told you about the offensive lineman. Austin Jackson on that pile as well. Gosh, I do have a list. Let me actually look.
No,
at
I mean,
the
it's a
list.
lot though. It's a lot because I know we had even talked about like on the defensive side, right? Like Xavier Howard's future. I mean,
Yeah, Xavier knows he's getting cut or shaken down.
They always try and do that to him.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Javon Harland at some point is going to want to cash in as well. He's probably going to be a Pro Bowler.
He's going to need a new contract.
Also, not just because I'm a Javon Harland homer, but
Mhm.
he is probably going to be a Pro Bowler. He's the highest rated safety in the NFL coming into Week 11. Like all those guys are going to want to cash in. So that is a, it's a predicament. I'm more looking at this season though. Like we'll worry about that stuff in the offseason, right, Tobin? Like
yeah, I think it's. I'm only just bringing it up. I'm not really talking about just the idea that Christian Wilkins is going to get paid. I'm sure he is going to get paid. If they don't pay him, someone's going to pay him. But I do think that this was a big thing for him coming in. The only thing you could really hold against him as a player was he doesn't get to the quarterback enough, and he's matched his career high in sacks halfway through the season. So clearly, whether it's a point of emphasis, whether it's Fang's defense, whatever, the guy has continued to escalate his play, which I guess shouldn't be a surprise. But I do think that the thing that he was criticized most for seems to already be by the wayside because this team, it's not only him, everybody on this team, this team hits the quarterback a lot. They get to the quarterback a lot. There's not a Max Crosby who has 9 sacks, but Max Crosby gets all the sacks for the Las Vegas Raiders. Whereas the Dolphins got, 4.5, 5.5, and don't even have Jaylen Phillips for the entire season. And he seems like he's tuning it up now too.
And I think that's the way it's designed, right? Like this defense is designed so that all those guys can eat and everybody can be part of the party rather than just one guy tearing it up. That's what happens when you're solid across the board, right? Everybody gets those opportunities and all these guys are making the most of it.
We'll take a quick break here on Game Day Uncensored. Stream
Inactives
live.
are out.
The inactives are out. We will get to those on the other side. Back with more to this.
Listen to WQAM for Cat Talk.
to Game Day Uncensored on AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, JM Lexus, and Williamson Automotive.
It's important for all of us. It's not just important to me. It's important for all of us to win our division. In order for us to win our division, we got to start with this upcoming game. So we can't worry about what happened with anyone else in our division. We got to look forward, and our next opponent is the Raiders. And it's one of those things where we're all in this together. We all have to be in this together in order for this thing to go where we know it can go and where we want it to go.
There you go. Tua Tagovailoa earlier this week talking about the Miami Dolphins right now. A very heavy favorite to win the AFC East, according to Las Vegas. Minus 450. Bills are now up to 4-1 to win this division after their debacle this week and everything going on there. So, of course, the Miami Dolphins need to take care of their business, but they are in as good a position as they have been to win this division in a while. So definitely this is going to be a fun stretch, boys, a fun second half of the season ahead of us. But as we say on this show, first you must take care of the task at hand, and that is the Las Vegas Raiders. The actives, inactives are out, and these lines brought to you by JM Lexus. When it comes to loyal fans, it's JM Lexus with a 4.8 Google rating and over 13,000 reviews. JM Lexus, West Sample Road and Margate. All right, here we go. Actives, inactives for Dolphins and Raiders. First, we will do the Miami Dolphins. And inactive, Braxton Berrios out.
Not surprising. He's battling that hamstring knee issue. I didn't expect him to play. River Craycraft is going to step up. You better look for those River Craycraft prop bets.
I'm very annoyed. Well, let me just mention on the prop bets. So Durham Smythe is out today. This annoys me very much because I had him in $10 anytime
right
touchdown.
down the drain.
So I want to make good on it with this River Craycraft, but on the Hard Rock app I can't get Dolphins player props. All of a sudden they've taken them off the board real quick. So I need that back up. Hey, fix it, Hard Rock app.
Here's the thing: if he's not active, do you get your money back?
I don't know. I feel like I should.
No,
you should.
I don't
you
think
do
so,
not
though.
Get your money back.
But I should. I should. But gambling, that's why it's gambling. But I should. Like if a fight is canceled, so Omar, like if a fight's off the board, guy doesn't make weight, that's off. That's the way it should work. You get your money back. But whatever. I'm not gonna complain about it. I wanted to bet on River Craycraft anyway.
$10 right down the drain.
It might pop up because if they took the Dolphins lines off and the player props off, they could be making some adjustments there, Tobin.
I hope so. I want to get after it. So Durham Smythe is out. Surprising, he was banged. What the hell?
He's got an ankle injury. I think this is a matter of Mike McDaniel and the approach of we need to get guys ready for the stretches that matter in elimination games. And while this is annoying fans, do you really want to put Durham? Do you really want to put Durham Smythe out there at 70%? He was going to have a very big and important role in terms of helping stop Max Crosby because those guys, the janitors, Alec Ingold and Durham Smythe, those are the guys that clean up everything for Tua. So now I'm a little bit scared
because this relies on what Julian Hill.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sombreros on you, Julian Hill.
Nah, that's not good.
All right. Well, this is now made me more nervous because I already got Liam Eichenberg to deal with out there. Jeff Wilson Jr. is a scratch today. He is out.
Ooh, that surprised the crap out of me. In fact, I thought he would have been, and said this earlier in the show, I thought he would have been a good guy that we leaned on, especially with Raheem Mostert banged up. And, but they're usually a lot of these decisions come down to performance in practice. And then they also come down to where a guy is in terms of his special teams contributions. And goodness gracious, Jeff Wilson, you're not doing anything on special teams. Wow. That's a shocker there. I know he's coming back from injury, but it's been 3-4 weeks now.
Yep. Yeah.
And we're still not getting anything. And now we got to lean on Savon Ahmed, and it's 2.9 yards per carry average.
I mean, you guys hosed down Savon Ahmed earlier in the show today. I mean, poor guys out there just trying to be his best bootleg version of Devon Achane as he can. And now Achane's back. All right. Don't worry about it, boys.
I mean, this sounds like it's going to be a huge Achane featured game. Jesus Lord.
Go.
Achane.
You don't have Raheem on one leg. Ahmed. 2.9 yards per carry, and Alec Ingold. Is that what we're doing? Are we giving Alec Ingold some carries? What's going on here?
Why not? A little red zone touch for Alec Ingold. I'm with it.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. You've got how many running backs available? 3?
Yeah, because
and one's got injured ribs.
Yeesh. And then you told us that Mostert got banged up everything basically right
Yeah.
now. All right, and so then the rest of them that are inactive, none surprised they announced these earlier in the week, but Chase Claypool and then the Robert Jones, Robert Hunt, both out. So that is your actives and actives. We know that Liam Eichenberg is going to step on in there. Lester Cotton's going to step in there for your guard position, and Robbie Chosen was gone. Then he's not gone. He's now in for Chase Claypool, who is out.
Robbie Chosen's a survivor. You want to count him out. I love the people who took a victory lap. Finally, he was gone. He's gone.
Why were people so down on Robbie Chosen?
I have no idea.
It is weird what's happened. Like what happened with Robbie
All he's
Chosen.
done is caught a 65-yard bomb in the 70-point burger.
Yeah, from Mike White.
Yeah, what's the big deal, dude?
And beating the best cornerback in the NFL, doing it. I'm glad Robbie's still here. Everybody was a little bit worried that the Jets would claim him. They didn't. Okay, and the Dolphins strategically cut him so that they can add him to game day, and strategically put him in position so that he can be in position to help, because the wide receiver unit is relatively thin right now. You've got Tyreek, who you know is injured, Jalen Waddle, who you also know is injured.
Yep.
River Craycraft, who you know is coming back from an injury. And
is anybody healthy?
Cedric Wilson.
Yeah, Cedric Wilson's your healthiest wide receiver. And then
who's been better?
Yeah, no,
he's been better.
I can't disrespect Cedric Wilson. He's actually looked like he's been worth like $7 million.
He has been better. I mean, like, listen, it was at 0, so like anything's better than where it was. But he has been better. Like he's contributing, and that is, that is a great thing. And I don't know what happened on that mix up between him and Tua at one point.
9 receptions, 148 yards.
No, he played his ass off the other day.
2 touchdowns. I didn't even know that. He has 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was rough.
I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't know if like Tua slipped. There was a long route. He's trying to pull it back. I don't know, but
nobody will ever
they were not on the same page there for sure. It seems
nobody will ever tell you the truth.
The one time Tua is not going to be too honest.
No. Tua, it's on me.
It's always on him. That's what a leader does. That's what a leader does. And then Connor Williams.
I screwed up.
Then Connor Williams comes back to it. That's why I'm saying, like, oh, you didn't no one's taking blame for this one. We know. I know. Something was up there. Something was fishy.
Tua's always going to take
Tua
blame.
always knows where to throw the ball.
Always.
So. Very excellent point. And even when Tyreek admits I mess up routes all the time. Tua finds me.
To me, it just seemed like Cedric had a route that was called by Tua, but he saw something in the coverage. He's like, there's no help over the top. Like, this is a touchdown.
Tyreek does this. I'll take it.
And
you're not Tyreek.
And Tua didn't have the time to wait for it, and he threw it to where he thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
And
gentlemen, let's stop living in the past. Let's stop living in the past.
Just recapping.
Let's lick our wounds. Stop living in the past. I know we didn't get a game week last week, so
I
we
didn't get to see you. I didn't get to see you, Omar. I didn't get to tell you my take.
Let's stop living in the past. It happened, man.
I just don't want it to happen again. Just so we're clear, though.
2 plays, 2 opportunities to tie the game, and with your coach, you're probably going to go for 2 and not take it overtime. And it didn't happen.
I would have loved that if he would have dropped the old onions on the.
Would you
in Germany, dude?
Win
If
or
Mike
loss?
Dude, I don't care. Doesn't matter. If Mike McDaniel he goes for the win. Was it week 9?
Yeah.
Week 9 win in Germany. He puts his schnitzel on the table and just lets you know, oh, we're going for this. Yeah, I would have loved that.
I promise you,
bratwurst. He would have just pulled out the bratwurst
right there, dude.
Take it, Andy.
Take that, Andy Reid. Andy Reid's trying to put his fingers across the table for the chicken nuggies. No. Forget that, dude. We're going full German here.
Full bratwurst.
Alas,
baby.
you are right. It is in the past, so I will move on. But that, that is crazy. They are very banged up. But I should mostly be nervous though because I think the big story early on in the year was defense had all the injuries. Now it's kind of coming along to the offense. Nobody really wants to hear it because your quarterback's healthy.
Mm-hmm. I sat here and told you got banged up receivers, you got banged up tight end. You're starting tight ends out. The guy who plays more snaps than everybody but the offensive lineman and the quarterback. You got banged up running backs.
Do you feel like Julian Hill's up for this though? Like he's
Max Crosby.
I know.
No.
Actually, you know what? Durham Smythe says he's stronger than me. So, hey, but I mean, but his job is basically help Austin Jackson. Like, I don't know. I'm confident they'll do well.
Yeah, I think everything you're saying is right. Like they are banged up, and a lot of position groups are ailing. It shouldn't matter. It should not matter against this
This
team.
is a 5-5 team. They've got one less win than you.
Omar, they're 5-5, but that doesn't mean anything to me. Because
Well, why does it not mean anything to you? You're 6-4.
Because they're not a good football team. You're first of all, Dolphins are 6-3. They're not 6-4.
I'm
They're
sorry.
6-3.
My bad. I apologize.
And don't put that bad juju on them to become 6-4.
Ouch.
And the
Guilty.
the Raiders just beat two really, really, really bad teams.
So you beat those two bad teams too.
No, I know.
No, you want to beat one of them.
You had to. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think you can compare what the Dolphins have done this season to what the Raiders have done this season. I just don't think I don't think they're in the same stratosphere.
How do you have a prop for Jalen Ramsey anytime touchdown, but not River Craycraft? What the hell is that?
Disrespecting your boy, huh?
I'm gonna be so mad he scores 2 touchdowns today, and I wasn't able to gamble on it. That's what I wanted to do in the first place. You guys made me go the other intangibles.
They have a Deshaun Elliott touchdown.
I know.
Prop.
What is that?
A David Long touchdown prop.
I literally can only bet on
Hold on,
4
you
guys
can't
to score a
you can't-
touchdown right now.
So hold on, wait. David Long and Deshaun Elliott touchdown prop, but you don't have a River Craycraft.
It
touchdown
doesn't make
prop?
sense. I can
that-
only bet. I can't even bet on
They
Savon
only want
Ahmed.
they only want you to lose money. They don't want you to make money.
This is ridiculous. I can only bet on Mostert, Hill, Achane, Waddle, Tua. What about the roll guys?
Talk me out of putting a little flyer on a Christian Wilkins or
Stupid
Jaylen
score?
Phillips touchdown.
Nah, don't do it. Don't do
Stupid
it.
score.
Don't talk me out of it, Omar. I want to be a degenerate here. I want to throw a little
Yeah.
something,
That's
make
how
it
they get you,
exciting.
man.
You know who I think most likely? Sealer. You know,
Oh wow.
Von Ginks hits it.
Nah,
He's just
it's-
right there in the end
it's
zone.
Van
We've seen
Ginkel.
it before.
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
It's Van Ginkel. If there's any defender that's going to
Well, there's no Van Ginkel.
No Van
prop either.
Ginkel. Look at
Tangible guys.
They only have sucker bets for you people. Stay away.
But Omar,
ridiculous, dude.
Omar,
You are suckers.
I am sucker right here, front and center. I am sucker.
Literally, they're only sticking out. Like if River Craycraft was on there, I would tell you bet it. Like even I'm not even on the Ahmed bet right now. But what's Ahmed? Give me what his line. Give me what they're telling you his totals
I'll tell
are.
you
His
right
totals.
Yeah.
Let's see. They got him on DraftKings.
Boy, are we a degenerate
Yes, they
bunch.
do. They had it on DraftKings. I had a friend send it to me.
Such a degenerate.
So what is it?
Plus 2,800.
Right now for a River Craycraft anytime touchdown. Right now, plus 550.
Oh, plus 550. It's gone down probably since the injury.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Plus 550. Somebody writes in, Solana, you need an intervention with Hawk and his awful bets. Bro, you should see my group chat with Hawk right now. What he tweeted this, so I feel comfortable putting this out there, but he tweeted this prop bet that he put in. Tyreek Hill to score 3+ touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Are you insane?
He tweeted it, so I don't feel like I'm releasing any info. 3+ touchdowns.
Tyreek Hill? No. If you said that about Devon Achane,
What are the odds on that?
I would say, okay.
You're feeling it, though?
No, I just want to know what the odds are.
The odds are plus 1,750, so 1,750.
What a sucker's bet.
He could definitely get 2 easily.
And listen, Omar, I came in here swaggering, cocky Dolphin.
It is a Harland game, though. It's a Harland game.
Tobin.
How am I going to do this?
Hey, want to see the ugly mug
Gardens. The chaotic Raiders are here to take on the Finns at Hard Rock Stadium. The Raiders recently cleaned house, and they've won 2 in a row. Antennas up, says Tua.
If you look at the past 2 games that they've played in, defensively, they look really good. Max Crosby, all over the field. If you look at his film, no straggling from that guy.
Bradley Chubb says, yeah, I'll second that.
Nah, for sure. Before we left for the bye, that was one of the messages, man. They're a team with a lot of new life, a lot of great playmakers that could change the game at any moment. You know what I mean? So it's not it's just the Raiders this week. They're a great football team, and it's a team that we have to take very seriously and be ready to bring it.
Coach Mike says, yes, the goal is to win today, but the other goal now is to keep playing in January.
The goal is to win the division. You know, that's the only way you ensure that you're, for one, in the playoffs, you have a home game in the playoffs, and you set yourself up for a journey, not a game.
The Dolphins take on the Raiders. And in the words of Al Davis, just win, baby. Time for Game Day Uncensored. Tobin, Solana, Omar. The pregame show for real Miami football fans. On AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Game Day Uncensored is sponsored by South Florida Lexus Dealers. Experience amazing by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day. Pour me in, coach. Ed Morse Sawgrass Buick GMC is a proud partner of the Miami Dolphins. Remember, you're always backed by Morse. By JM Lexus. At JM Lexus, you'll always get the home team advantage.
Oh, welcome back in, everybody. Game Day Uncensored here. 560 WQAM, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 560 WQAM. We are getting you ready 1 hour, a little less than an hour away from Dolphins Raiders Week 11. Dolphins coming into this puppy 6-3. Raiders are 5-5. They won their last 2 after firing Josh McDaniels and going with Antonio Pierce, former NFL linebacker, and he has rallied the troops there. And we will see what goes down today with this matchup. But it is going to be an exciting one because we, of course, have the return of Achane today. You have the return of your Dolphins back home.
Yes.
As they have been very good at Hard Rock Stadium, been very good over Tua's career at Hard Rock Stadium. Tua, I think, has only lost 4 times in his career at Hard Rock Stadium.
Because he's a winner, baby.
He's a winner, dude. And now he's got cornrows, and he looks like a badass.
He swagged out Tua.
I love it.
Javon Harland brought him a do-rag.
Yeah, he got him set up. He's looking out for his guy.
Vibes are important, dude. Vibes are important on a team. And the vibes, this is what I can't wait for Hard Rocks. I just want to see the vibes continue through this team because it just seems like a delight. They all seem that they all are having fun. They're a fun team.
And you know, for the sake of Hard Knocks on Tuesday, win this game, right?
Yes.
Because the episodes are going to be better when this team's winning. You lose to the damn Raiders here. Important stretch. I know everybody's focused on final 3 weeks of the season. Cowboys, Ravens, Bills. I get it. But you can be 11-3 if you just take care of business, and it starts right now.
Yeah, you're not going to be an underdog in any other game this year, probably other than the Ravens game. But these next ones, you're going to be pretty. I mean, look, they're 2 touchdown favorites today. Vegas is thinking you should go stomp this team. I don't necessarily disagree with them. I think that they have we've said this, that they're a team that has some very, very talented players in Las Vegas, some of the best at their positions in Las Vegas, but top to bottom, you're a better team. And if you don't, to me, it would be a colossal disappointment to lose this game. A colossal disappointment.
But anybody can get you on any given Sunday.
For sure.
They can, but I think the thing that we've held proud of, hey, if you're not going to beat the good teams, the Dolphins take care of their business. And this is kind of in the middle because, look, they're not terrible. They're not awful, the Raiders, but they did just fire their coach 2 weeks ago. Like, let's go. I don't care if Handsome Boy is
They
not
did
QB
fire
anymore.
their coach, but then they got back to 5-5.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be an interesting game from the
but
standpoint. Go ahead.
They got back to 5-5, and I keep harping on who they beat. And fine, I'll forget that, right? Because the NFL, it's hard to win games. But remember when the Dolphins, they fired Joe Philbin, they bring in Man Campbell, right? And Dan Campbell's doing his thing right now, so this isn't a shot at him, but he was still inexperienced at that point. He's getting his first opportunity. They win that first game. At some point,
first couple games,
that honeymoon phase kind of ends with the interim head coach, right? Like all the way that the players rally around you, the way that the players go out there and they're doing everything they can
Eventually, you
to
start to
piss
get
off
out
Josh
coached.
McDaniel. Well, no,
And
eventually
you don't know what you don't know.
You get out coached, and law of averages, like this team becomes what they probably really are. And as bad as Josh McDaniels was, this team is not a Super Bowl contender, or they're not an elite team. They're just not. And I think today that's when that happened for them. Like they come back down to earth. Maybe they're not as bad as they were when McDaniels was coaching them, but they're also not a team that's going to rally off 6-7 straight wins
But what
with
about
an interim head
what
coach.
about this theory that Miami can get their own reality check? I mean, you've just beaten up on what allegedly people claim are sisters and Mary teams of the NFL, got smacked around by the good teams in the NFL, and
smacked around is tough. I mean, I wouldn't say
Buffalo smacked you around. Okay, all right.
I don't think
Eagles.
Buffalo's good. I honestly think that we should start talking about that as being the worst loss of the season because Buffalo's not good.
It is the worst loss. I mean, Buffalo's not good because they had a lot of injuries that watered down their team.
Boo-hoo. So did the Dolphins when they lost to them.
Okay,
how many?
fine. Yeah,
You sound like Bill's Reddit. Like how many more excuses does that team want? Oh, it's hot. Oh, time zones. Oh, the Jaguars are in London the whole time. I've never met a fan base that loves resting on excuses more than the Bills fan. I mean, they've never met an excuse they don't like.
About this Kyle Brandt. I mean, he's watching the Bills lose that
great.
game, and he is having a meltdown on national
Good.
TV.
I'm glad he did. You know, he's another one of the bastards.
I didn't know he was a Bills fan. Like
oh
that.
my God,
dude.
he goes to bed in Bills pajamas,
Bro, this guy. I mean, Josh Allen. Can do no
face
wrong.
on the crap flap.
Yeah, can do no wrong.
Yep.
But I mean, you will acknowledge and you will admit that there at some point the Dolphins will give you a letdown game, correct?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
You're not believing it.
I just think that the coach is very like. Look, it's weird how he does this interesting dance between getting ready for the games that are important, but he does seem to have a very good ability to keep them honed in on the week that is. You know, it's an interesting balancing act that he has with them. But I don't know. And to be honest, like, look, it's hard to win in the NFL. The games that they have lost, they probably should have lost. And they were, they were right there. They had drives to even them up. Now, the thing that's unfortunate is like their execution on those drives were not great. Route issues, two guys ended up at the same place. Doink, probably was pass interference, and there were some crooked refs in the Eagles. Sorry, Trevor, but it's just the facts. I don't know what kind of debts they had at the docks over there in Philly, but
hold your L, bud.
Whatever, I'll hold it, but it's got an asterisk right above it, just so we know.
Just hold your elbow.
I'll hold it with the asterisk, and there'll be little twinkles in my stars of asterisk losses with their 11 penalties to nothing. Either way, and then the Chiefs game, like, look, they were right there. And also, Tyreek Hill did not make a football move. That shouldn't have been a fumble. An L I will also hold, but also not a true loss.
Well.
So in reality, there's only one true loss they should have this season. So maybe there will be a letdown at some point, Omar, but I don't know when that's going to be.
Well, I'm with you with the letdown, Omar. I'm with you. At some point, like if the Dolphins over this next 4-game stretch lose a game, they play terrible. I'm fine. Like, not that I'm fine with it, but I'm willing to see that being the case. But if it happens at the New York Jets rivalry game on Black Friday,
more acceptable.
On the road division team, even though losing to Zach Wilson would make me absolutely sick and put me in agonizing pain, I could buy into how that happens. Okay, fine. They lose at Washington, another bad team, but you know what? On the road, Washington has played the Eagles well a couple times this year.
Right.
Like,
tough physical team.
Fine.
You could accept that.
Yep.
At home off a bye in the white on white unis.
Oh, it's white on white today?
With cornrow Tua, it is white on white today. With cornrow Tua.
I like white on white.
The defense finally, at least seemingly getting
strength.
Getting 100% healthy. I can't buy into this one being the letdown game. I just can't. If it happens, fine. I'm wrong.
I'd rather come after every week and be like, oh, what's the worst thing the Dolphins have to deal with after this? Narratives. But like, if you actually genuinely let me down and hurt my feelings, that would be that. I mean, that would be terrible. Like the only thing that I have to deal with after a Chiefs loss, who's like, there's no shame in losing to the Chiefs. They're the defending champions. There's no shame in losing to the Eagles, even if it was crooked. They're the defending NFC champion. But lose to the Raiders at home where you've dominated. Yeah, that would genuinely make me sick to my stomach. Why would you even bring
43 points at home, which is ridiculous. It truly is. And I know 70 burger adds up to that.
They're lucky it wasn't more because Mike McDaniel showed mercy.
Yeah, merciful Mike. I should start calling him that, merciful Mike. I'm not because there's no way that the Raiders should win because they just don't have the depth. And if you just take away Jacobs and Devontae, let him do his thing, they still shouldn't win.
I would like to see,
unless Tua gets hurt.
Yeah, I'd like to see Bradley Chubb give the Stone Cold Stunner to this rookie. I'd like at one point, like Xavier Howard, to pick six him. Just like really welcome him to the NFL. Like, oh, you guys thought you had a tough defense last week against the Jets. Watch this. You're about to get fanged.
You're about to get fanged.
You're about to get fanged.
I love
dude.
that.
You're about to get fanged.
Turn that bleep into a verb.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go fang him.
Trust me. This Aiden O'Connell. He's about to get fanged.
That's the thing, man. Like, we're gonna have a letdown game to Aiden O'Connell. I mean, maybe if the game was in Ireland, fine.
He's
He's
2-0 right now.
Doing?
Hard
what are we
to
doing
picture.
Here?
Hard to imagine.
Also, just for our South Florida listeners,
yeah.
Hurricanes agonizing loss yesterday. Another letdown for Cristobal.
Every loss this season.
And the Miami Heat last night. I mean, they start the game 22-1. They're up 24.
I knew they were going to lose that game immediately as they got to 22-1. There's nothing I hate more than the Heat being up by 20 in the first quarter.
Awful. 13-point lead in the third, 10-point lead in the fourth, and they lose that. I need this one today. I need this.
Need a little cleanse.
All right, I need it.
Ooh, it's going to be a raggedy week on Monday.
I need this
if
one.
They don't get this.
It's going to be a bad one, dude. It's going to be a bad one. By the way, we have a hell of a matchup here between two elite wide receivers, Davante Adams and Tyreek Hill. Here is the cheetah on what he likes about Davante's game.
Just how he sets up his routes. Like you said, he's one of the best receivers in this league. He does a great job of, gaining leverage on opponents, and I think that's something that we all can take from his game. As far as like all of the receivers in this league, so he does a great job with that.
So we got this week. I think Davante Adams. I think him and Tyreek both went to their new destinations over the last couple of years. Davante lost his boy and Derek Carr hurt him in the feelings. Tyreek Hill has had a little bit of a smoother time so far with his transition.
That's because he's a better player.
I don't disagree with that. I think he's just more like he's.
If you look at Davante Adams,
fast.
I think Davante Adams has only had like 4,000-yard seasons. Tyreek has done that every year of his career.
He's going to do it twice this year.
Oh, very excellent point.
He's
on your part.
literally he's on pace to do it twice this year.
Touche. Well played on your end. And I don't think there's a question right now, especially with Jefferson down, who the best receiver in the league is.
Tyreek has been amazing. He's a complete game changer. No, not that Davante Adams isn't, but like I just think that the holy bleep you see when you see Tyreek Hill go in motion, from these defenses is something that's right now.
And I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of those cheap motions today, whereas you don't see them on the road. You see motions, you see orbital motions, you see movement motions. But those cheap motions where Tyreek is full speed running and then the ball gets snapped and a defender's like, holy crap, I can't touch this guy because he's literally running full speed. If I don't start just trucking downfield, I'm in trouble.
With the bye week, should we expect Omar maybe a little change in the game plan from McDaniel? You think he gets, I don't know, inspired with a little razzle dazzle? Hard Knocks is in town. They had the extra week off. I know they're a little banged up. Like, what do you think he has that in him now? They come out and he tries to add, a little something spicy to that offense.
I think he say,
I mean, he's got one of his new favorite. He's got his toy back.
He does.
He loves Devon Achane.
That is true. Just saving all the tricks from Achane.
I think you'll see some Achane plays unleashed, and I think you'll see them try to inject the fear factor in everybody with Achane. And having Achane, Waddle, and Tyreek on the field, it's a nightmare. But
I'm curious about this too. How fast do they get those miles per hour? Because could we get like the word if Achane just has a run that's like 22 something? Could we get the word immediately to Tyreek Hill and be like, look past you? And then he's on this mode of he's got to break that in the game. I don't know what the turnaround does on that. I feel like it's fast.
Oh no. They'll tell you in that play in probably 5 minutes how fast that play was.
Excellent. I need somebody with a tablet to tell Tyreek Hill as soon as Devon Achane passes him for the season today, tell Tyreek Hill immediately so I know that he is willy-nilly down the field trying to break that record.
That will get him going.
Yes.
That will get and I love when Mike McDaniel said this, and I didn't understand it at the time. He's like, if you want to turn Tyreek into the cheetah, just make whatever it is a competition. And it is true. He's such a competitive person that, bro, the minute you make it a competition, cheetah surfaces. And the cheetah is the guy who's talking that smack.
You think he's told Achane? He goes, hurt, huh? Cheetah don't get hurt. It's not nice, but I mean, they can see it.
IR.
Yeah. Never been there.
Yeah,
Okay.
never. Don't know that life.
Take a quick break. Back with more on Game Day Uncensored after this.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota
We'll get it going. We'll get it going for everybody.
What else do we want to see on Hard Knocks?
Fang's breakfast, because I just want to see how he goes about it. I want to see if he's like does he go to Cracker Barrel? Does he have no syrup? Does he go just a grapefruit? I don't know. I want to see how Fangs goes about his day. I feel like we're gonna get so much Mike McDaniel, we're not even gonna know what to do with ourselves.
A grapefruit with and he uses a spork.
Yes,
right. It's
exactly.
not. It's one of those plastic sporks.
Yes.
He has definitely has like tapioca breaks throughout the day.
Are you serious? Do you guys think he really eats tapioca? Come on now.
You don't love tapioca.
He loves tapioca, Omar.
You think he's an early bird guy? 5 p.m.
His fridge.
No, I think he said, isn't he said I don't like the early. He's a rare oldie in that.
Yeah,
case.
he's a late night guy.
His refrigerator, all he has in his refrigerator at home is cream soda and tapioca.
Yep,
that's it.
That's what we got going on, dude.
And cottage cheese.
What's wrong with cream soda? I like cream soda.
Nobody under 70 drinks cream soda, Omar.
I can't remember the last time I had cream soda.
Come on, there's Jamaican cream soda. Come on, guys, you're being disrespectful to cream soda.
Maybe I'm not well versed in the cream soda realm.
Is there a hatred for root beer as well?
Root beer's fine. It's not.
What about a root beer float?
Oh, of course, that's ridiculous. It was a great dessert.
Oh, okay. It's
a great dessert.
All right,
it's way different, dude.
We'll make allowances for that.
Yeah. This is a pretty cool thing. Speaking of Fangs, you got to be happy with how Jaylen Phillips has been playing as of late. But Jaylen Phillips has some very introspective stuff to say this week, Omar. He was very revealing to you guys about where his confidence level was at earlier in the season. And here's a little bit of the Dolphins pass rusher saying his confidence wasn't great with the injuries.
I mean, the health was obviously a big part of it, but I think that confidence plays a lot too. It was really tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. The last, pretty much that month where I missed three and a half games essentially, and was dealing with all those injuries. Man, it's pretty crazy what it can do to you psychologically. When it comes to confidence, when it comes to preparedness, just everything. Like I just felt like I was a shell of myself, and even when I was getting back on the field, like I was just second guessing everything. And so, starting with Panthers game, felt good to get back out there. Eagles game, especially, getting the sack on Lane, things like that, just start to boost your confidence a little bit. And then these last two games, especially, I feel like I've been pretty much clicking on all cylinders. And so obviously there's little technique things to clean up and things like that. But I just think in terms of my effort, in terms of my confidence when I'm rushing the passer, like it's definitely getting to where I want it to be.
How surprised are you to hear stuff like this from Jaylen Phillips? Because I don't feel like menacing pass rusher usually goes into the whole realm of I don't have my confidence.
Man, I was tremendously surprised. And for him to admit that him and Bradley Chubb had struggled and lifted each other up at the same time, I commended him afterwards just because I said, when you come out and you talk about that and how much you struggle with confidence and how much you struggle with staying out of your head, just think about how many other young people go through that and how many other young people experience that, not even just in football, but in life in general. And for you to say that, hey, I'm human and these are the things that I go through, it's big, and it sets a precedence. And not just that, but after we went to Liam Eichenberg and did the press conference with Liam, and basically Liam was like, yeah, man, this is my last shot. If I can't prove that I could be a starter here, I know what it is. After that, because he shares a locker area with Jaylen Phillips, Jaylen goes to him and he says, man, Liam, you're such a stand-up guy. Be proud of yourself for just, owning where you are and where your career is. And I was just like, man, that's so true, because a lot of players don't understand this game. It's physical, and the athletes that are out there, they're superhuman, and some of them are truthfully mutants. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've covered professional sports my entire life, and just like everybody thinks that they can play in the NFL or play high-level college football, no, you can't. These are mutants. These are people who are genetically bred to kind of play these sports, and they finally make it here. The Zach Thomases are very rare, and a lot of times, even if they are super mutant, like I'll tell you, Lester Cotton, did you know he was a parade All-American? He was one of the top. He was one of the top offensive linemen in high school level. Went to Alabama as a highly touted recruit, barely started. Undrafted player making it to the NFL. made it on a 53-man roster initially with Oakland, then got into a depression and a funk and ate his way out the league.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I always think I would think of this stuff like with Tua. We've obviously the confidence has been a big thing, but it's like that's such a mental position anyway because it's like decision making.
Yeah.
Everything's on you. I don't think about menacing pass rusher as a guy who deals with stuff internally. I just feel like it's like we said with David Long, you turn the switch, you maul. Like I think that's So to hear that, and I know Jaylen Phillips probably one of the most open guys, and especially for a young guy too. I thought it was fascinating. Here's a little bit more of him on where he thought the turning point was this year when he took on the Eagles Sunday Night Football.
Honestly, for me, with that, I was really anxious leading up to the game because coming off injury, obviously a big, primetime game against the Eagles, stuff like that, going against Lane Johnson. And like I said, my confidence had been kind of shot the weeks prior to that. So I was really anxious leading up into it. And honestly, I was kind of like second-guessing myself, like thinking, damn, I don't even know if I can beat this guy. I don't know if I can, just straight win and get a sack. I was like, I'll be able to run around, maybe get a second effort sack or something like that. But to be able to go out there and actually perform, like it was a good matchup. He obviously got me a few times. I got him a few times. But even just to be able to win against a guy like that, it gave me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it's obviously looked like it's turned around, Solana.
It makes sense though, Omar, the fact that, his confidence was wavering a bit. Imagine coming into this season, you really are the talk of this defense outside of Jalen Ramsey, but he gets hurt. We're all talking about Jaylen Phillips. Have you seen Jaylen Phillips? Look how chiseled he is.
He looks like a mutant.
All of the reporters,
He does,
everybody in that locker room, every time we talk to somebody in that preseason, we're like, hey, who stood out to you outside of Tua, Tyreek, the obvious ones?
I told you Austin Jackson.
No, I didn't believe you.
I know
you were right.
You thought I was a liar.
Yeah. I thought it was another
I
Jesse
told you,
Davis
Kendall
situation.
Lamb.
And you did also tell us that confidence-wise, Liam Eichenberg got broken by Christian Wilkins.
He did get broken.
I don't know if he's ever recovered. So
he didn't recover.
To be in that situation where you're getting talked about, like you're gonna have a breakout season, and you believe it because you obviously put in the work.
Yep.
And for you to go down that early in the season, and then you're watching your team have that success,
and Andrew Van Ginkel's balling in your spot,
and you're not a part of it. And the defense struggled a little bit, and you feel like you're not able to go help them. Like I could see how that kills you inside, right? Like that really does. So I'm with you. It's cool to hear him just be transparent about that process because, bro, that can't be easy to feel like you're on the midst of a breakout season. Boom, first week down, you're out. Sucks.
Was it first week?
It might have been second week, but either way, like he missed a bunch of time early on.
Yeah. And for him to fight back, I mean, I just have a great deal of admiration for the guys and the mental toll and the mental struggles that they got to go through. 50% of the NFL is physical, and then I think the other 50% is mental. It's just such a grinder, but they're getting it back. They're ready. I think they're prepared. Now the question is, are they locked in, and can they take away either Jacobs or Devontae Adams?
That being said, also like all the Q talk needs to go. Like go use Aiden O'Connell like a loofah.
So you want to just blitz him. You want to just pressure him. Just
fang him, dude. Just whatever Fangs has up his sleeve. Just make this kid's life hell. That's what I want.
Make him throw it, man.
Yeah. Shut down the run game. Make him throw.
Pack the box. Make this guy beat you. Make him beat you. He hasn't been able to do it. All those games against the Jets and the Giants, their offense looked a little bit better than when McDaniels was there. And I know they're finally starting to target Devontae Adams a little bit more. Probably not as much as they'd want to, but it's a lot of underneath stuff, man. A lot of underneath stuff. 5-yard checkdowns. Like he hasn't been able to stretch the field because he's limited, right? They're hoping that week 1 he starts. Looked better in the second week. Now in the third week, he's going to start hitting some stride. But make him do that against Jalen Ramsey. Make him target Devontae Adams when Xavier Howard is on him.
Make him throw into tough spots. That means don't blitz.
Well, yep.
One says blitz, one says don't blitz. I don't know what the right approach is.
Just both.
Win.
Do them both. Mix them up. Just make the kid uncomfortable so I can embarrass him on Hard Knocks. Take a quick break. We'll pass out some predicting the game balls coming on up. Game Day Uncensored wrap things up on the other side as we get closer to Dolphins and Raiders Week 11.
Ryan Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Two of the hottest teams
Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, JM Lexus, and Williamson Automotive.
All right. Welcome back in, everybody. Game Day Uncensored here, 560 WQAM. We got Dolphins and Raiders coming on up over at Hard Rock Stadium right up the road. I can't say your handle, dude, because grow up. But Nuts says on the YouTube, Achane over 100 yards today, boys. What do we say right out of the bat? We think we got a Hundy game from Achane today.
I'm going with a Hundy.
It sets up for him. I mean, listen, no Jeff Wilson today.
Yeah, no Jeff Wilson. Your other options are Gimpy, Raheem Mostert, and then Savannah.
You don't have to refer to him as Gimpy. I mean, your eyes see what your eyes see, but I don't like that you're labeling him like that.
A limping Raheem
That's
Mostert.
better.
Okay,
better.
Over 100 yards rushing or just 100 yards total?
I'm going with 100 yards total because I think he's going to be a dangerous weapon. I mean, those
the little no-look flip.
Yeah, those little flips. Those things are passes, baby.
Can't wait to see those in action.
Give me that. I like over 100 yards total if he's going to do it. I don't know if I like 100 yards rushing because you mentioned the offensive line being a little bit banged up. No Durham Smythe as well. So I don't know about 100 yards on the ground. I'd love to see it, but I'd say 100 yards total. I'm with it.
Let's get to Predict the Game Ball, brought to us by the powerful and capable Lexus GX, now with a 10.3-inch touchscreen. Expand your comfort zone. Experience amazing at your local Lexus dealer. Omar, who is going to end up with the game ball today for the Miami Dolphins?
I'm going to go with a non-expected pick, and I'm going to pick Xavier Howard.
Ooh.
I think this is the Xavier Howard pick six show.
Finally.
Obviously, he's going to have opportunity. I think they're going to give Devontae Adams a ton of coverage. Jaylen and whoever else is going to be bracketing him. This rookie quarterback is going to see X over there one-on-one on whoever's out there, and he's going to throw that ball, and he's going to have major regrets in life when X catches it and runs it back for a touchdown.
Solana.
Kobe Myers is going to be out there on the other side.
Solana, who is going to end up with the game ball today for the Miami Dolphins?
I am starting Jacoby Myers in fantasy, so I'm just hoping maybe late in the fourth pad their stats a little bit. By the way, I'm just throwing it out there.
A little trash time.
Yeah. Omar, I'll let you guess. Who do you think I'm predicting here with my game ball?
Jaylen Waddle.
You know why? Because I want to see Stephen Ross do the touchdown celebration.
Do the waddle.
His waddle. He feels things with that waddle, dude. Like he looks like he gets. His waddle's very sensual. It's not like it's not your fun cartoonish Jaylen Waddle. Like he gives the old smooch to his lady over there, and then he is feeling himself in those dress pants.
Give me the Stephen Ross Waddle today, baby. I don't know why. Here's my thought process behind this. We know Tyreek
Hill
him
every week.
Is going to do Tyreek Hill. I do pick him every week. But Jaylen Waddle showed up to the facility today with a bag of Mickey D's. And I think that
Chad Ochocinco.
You're on the Chad Ochocinco program?
Just swaggy, man. Like oh yeah, we're supposed to be healthy. We're professional athletes.
Man,
watch this.
McDonald's
Egg McMuffin right here.
Egg, and
He's got the
biscuit.
He's got the McGriddle, and he brought one for Fangs. He said no syrup for this one, please, because Fangs
is
doesn't
a
eat
vampire.
syrup.
How can you suck the syrup out of a McGriddle?
I don't know.
Why don't you just get him a
Let
McMuffin?
me get a McGriddle with no syrup, thanks.
Guys,
This is why I don't eat McGriddles.
Like this is the most ridiculous thing
You
you've ever
don't eat
requested.
McGriddles either, man. That is the weirdest thing we learned today.
No
Tobin.
syrup.
No
sir.
syrup. You
No
said you don't
syrup.
like syrup.
Omar eats waffles and pancakes.
I don't like
plain.
McGriddles either, though. Like I'd rather just go straight McMuffin if I'm going to go McDonald's
Stop
breakfast. Stop it! It's the most popular item on their menu.
No, the McGriddle is the best.
I think the
item on their
All-American
menu.
is the most popular item on their menu.
No.
The All-American?
Yeah.
Whatever number one is on McDonald's is their number one. Like there's a reason it's number one. So it's Big Mac and it's McMuffin. Those are number ones.
I've never given that any thought, and I'm going to now make sure that I pay attention at every drive-through to figure out.
Everybody knows. Like
whatever's
your
number one
one's
is
your fastball. Number one, Big Mac, McMuffin.
Is a Whopper number one?
Of course.
Yeah, it probably is.
Of course.
It probably is.
Wendy's, whatever their classic
Dave's
is. The
single.
Dave's.
Yeah,
Number
but
one.
nobody gets the number one.
No,
Everybody gets the number
that's
two.
no, everybody. Yeah, that's
I will say though, McMuffin, you're just eating bread with an egg inside. Like
ham,
go with
Canadian bacon.
Go with the McGriddle, and you get those just.
You just like what do you like the sweet, salty combination?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough,
F
dude.
me up, man. So good.
I like how Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson have to fake like they like each other on Fox right now.
Oh my God! Is there Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson reunion? Holy crap!
A little bit of a reunion. Oh, look there! That's big news. Jerry Jones is going to induct Jimmy Johnson into the Cowboys Ring of Honor at the end of the year.
Wow,
that's huge. The beef is squashed.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
How about that?
Cute.
Jimmy is getting into the Ring of Honor finally.
Ending their beef.
It does look funny though. Like Jimmy Johnson spends his days on a beach in Key Largo. Look how tan he looks.
Yeah.
His golden hair is just shiny.
Yeah,
And
Jerry Jones looks like hell.
Jerry Jones just spends his time inside of a private jet plane. Hasn't seen sunlight in probably 10 years.
Don't forget the boat, man.
Yeah, the only one who's got
the bus.
The only one who has more Botox in their eyebrows right now than Jerry Jones is Tom Brady, who you'll see tonight, who you'll see today at Hard Rock Stadium, get himself very surprised look when Tua is just lighting up the Raiders. I'm gonna go with look, it's very obvious today. There's only one choice when Kevin Harland is on the call of who's getting the game ball. He's got Hill.
Let's go.
That's where it's going today, baby. Now, I also have bet Devon Achane multiple touchdowns. So let's get it going. I just want to see the Raiders get lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh man,
it's been too long. This is an odd time because it's like the Dolphins are such an entertaining show. To have them out for a week, it almost felt like 2 weeks because you had the last game. It was so damn early.
Yeah.
Longest Sunday ever because you were done by 1 o'clock with all of your football. And then you just had to wait and wait and wait. Now they're back. And it's like, look, I don't care who they're playing. I just want to see them be themselves, be the entertaining product that they are. And I think they should handle business today. I think they should.
I expect them to, hopefully. Hopefully this isn't the sleeping at the wheel game, or they don't come out
look aheads.
No
traps.
Nobody look ahead.
No look aheads, no trap games, no sleeper games, none of that stuff. You have a game on. You can't have a look ahead game coming off the bye. You had nothing but time to look ahead to this game because you had nothing last week.
But you guys don't worry about the injuries at all. None. No worry about the.
Well, I worried about Durham Smythe being injured. It cost me $10.
I walked in here and I told you bad bet.
Well, I didn't, not because of that though. I didn't know it was going to be that bad.
No, I mean, yeah, he's a gimper. He's a gimper too.
Lesson learned for legalized gambling down here in Florida. I've
should have checked with me on that.
I should have checked with you, and I should just wait till actives and actives before making player props.
11:30, Tobin. Hold off till 11:30.
I know. I got excited. I was like, oh, it's a football Sunday. The Dolphins are back. I jumped the gun.
Oh my
and also,
gosh.
River Craycraft wasn't available strangely on this app, which
They
is
should give you your money back if the players.
I agree with you, dude, but they're not gonna. So instead, I'm gonna have to parlay it and make good on that $10 that I lost.
See, and that's how they get you.
That is how they get me.
That is how they get you.
That is how they get me. That is how they get me.
I don't even have that app, and I don't know if I want it.
Yeah, it's luring you, and it's purple. It's like oh, ooh, it's
like click me.
Very easy to use.
It's like a Shein app.
Big numbers.
A Temu.
Yep.
It just yells at you all day.
Don't do the Temu, bro. Don't do the Temu.
Oh, what's wrong with Temu?
Dude, some of the items on Temu are just sketch, bro. Very sketch.
I bought 2 sunglasses. I'm not sure they even showed up yet.
Everybody, that is our show for today. Enjoy the games today at Hard Rock Stadium and enjoy your football today. We will talk to you guys coming up on Friday. Remember, it's a short week coming up for the Miami Dolphins as they'll be back at it on Black Friday, taking on the New York Jets. Enjoy it today, everybody, and we will talk to you guys next time.
This has been the Week 11